This episode of Jocks and Jills is brought to you by Shark Ninja, Shark Beauty, Shark Home, and Ninja Kitchen. And today we want to tell you about the Shark Power Detect 2-in-1 robot vacuum and mop with Never Touch Pro Base. This combined vacuum and mop is designed for better, faster, and smarter cleaning with low maintenance. It automatically empties debris into the 60-day capacity bin, refills its own water tank for up to 30 days, and washes and dries the mopping pad after every clean. It also features Never Stuck technology, so the robot lifts to maneuver over obstacles, cross thresholds, and avoids getting stuck. While mopping, it lifts the mopping pad over carpets to prevent wet messes and deliver whole home mopping coverage. You need the Shark Power Detect 2-in-1 robot vacuum and mop in your life. It's got the Never Touch Pro Base, and again, it's from our friends at Shark Ninja. They're a proud founding partner of the PWHL and our presenting sponsor here at Jocks and Jills. Okay, here we go. Episode 13 of Jocks and Jills. How we feeling? How we doing? It's Spotify Wrapped season, which I've been loving. I get so honored, Tessa, anytime anyone tags us in their Spotify Wrapped and I see our little booties at the top or anywhere on their list. So I've been enjoying that over the past couple days.
That's awesome. Thank you for doing it. That is a gift to us.
Yeah, it's like a little present that we get on our phones. So we appreciate all the time you all spend with us over the seasons.
How you holding up, pal? You been traveling and stuff? Doing working hard, hardly working? What's going on?
Just a quick Ottawa rip. I don't want to say too much about my Ottawa rip yet because there's just a lot to get into with that game. And honestly, I can't talk too much about Ottawa without talking about yeah.
You're rebanned, yeah.
Deeply. Well, again, we'll talk more about it when we get to the Ottawa game. My DMs are insane whenever we go to Ottawa. I was making a graphic of all the things people were saying to me. It was a wild experience to be in Ottawa, but nice little quick rip to the nation's capital. And I hilariously went to the Rideau Center, the mall.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
And I was thinking about Grace Zumwinkle and Taylor Heisey and going to get Heisey's ear pierced during the Walter Cup finals.
Yeah.
I even mentioned that to her when I saw her at the game. I was at the mall and I thought of you because I walked by the Claires and I thought about how you got your ears pierced.
It was actually Claire's. She wasn't joking. She actually went there.
I assume so. There is a Claire's in that. And you know what? For I don't see many Claire's around these days. It looked like a pretty nice Claire's.
That's true. And you know what? Claire's turned into stores. They weren't just they're not trinkety things anymore.
Yeah,
there's
I was
legit clothes
confused by
and stuff
that.
in there.
I just thought they had keychains and every earring you
Friendship
could ever
bracelets. I went there for friendship bracelets, lip smackers to get your ears pierced. That's what you go there for.
Yeah. So, the Taylor Heisey special. We love it. The most exciting thing over the past week, though, Tess, definitely the launch of Jocks Next Gen. Again, new episodes every Wednesday with Florence Schelling, Emma Buckles. If you haven't listened to Wednesday's inaugural, I'm so into the P-dub right now. I just used inaugural. The first episode of that show. It was unbelievable. Caroline Harvey was the first guest. Her interview was hilarious.
So good.
Buckles always mentions how much time the Wisco girls like Layla and KK spend at Dunkin' Donuts. And they did a TikTok. I know. I saw Megan Keller commented on a TikTok saying something never forget when KK was working at Dunkin'. And I clocked it, but I thought it was a joke. And then Buckles brought it up in the interview. It's a real thing. Imagine pulling up to Dunkin' in Wisconsin and KK hands you your iced coffee.
Out the drive-thru. Thank you. Come again. What?
Basically like Sidney Crosby and Nathan McKinnon in those commercials, except actually getting paid to be there by Dunkin' and not their marketing department.
That's so good. I love that. But it was only one time, right? She's I worked there once. Did she mean at once upon a time I did? Or I worked there for one shift?
No, it seemed like she was working there during COVID. She had friends there, she said, once upon a time. I think more than just one single time. You need a good customer service job in your life to, give you a little character.
People managing, so then you know how to carry
Everyone
yourself.
needs a terrible customer service job. What was yours?
Holy. I never had one. I always did hard work and stuff. I did
Shocker.
I did day camps for kids where I'd have to be there at 7 and left at 4, where I'd be watching a herd of kids all day and it was play outside.
But you never did a restaurant or a store or anything?
No, I did. Nope. And then I did
You need
construction.
adults yelling at you for the true character development that I'm talking about in customer service.
What do you think my whole hockey career was, Julia?
Yeah, I guess. But about something beyond your control, like being 16 and someone's yelling at you in an American Eagle about the price. And it's like,
Right.
I don't think you should. I don't think I'm your guy.
Yeah.
I don't think it's me.
You got the folding square. You're like, I don't.
Please, I barely
that.
know how to fold. I honestly learned how to fold when I worked at American Eagle for a bit in high school.
It's amazing.
I still use the techniques.
How many golf tees did you own? And how many did you layer?
Golf tee. I was
that's way past your time, I feel like.
That was more like when I was in middle school when the t-shirts were being layered. By the time I was in high school, it was one t-shirt acceptable. Right. You didn't have to wear the tank top underneath. Though, remember how fun it was to go to Aeropostale and get the t-shirt that goes under your t-shirt that had a little lace at the bottom or something?
Yes.
It was awesome. And then they started building them together with the fake tank top underneath.
So then you didn't have to buy two.
And it was never comfortable to be wearing too.
It was
you felt like a
style.
stuffed sausage, even if they fit for some reason.
I feel like that's kind of coming back. Anyways, this all started because of Dunkin' Donuts. And I have to say that Florence Schelling, before the announcement yesterday was made, is and was a legend in the game. And now she's just adding to her resume.
What crazy timing, eh?
Girl is getting inducted into the IHF Hockey Hall of Fame, which is the coolest. Congrats to Flo. Way to go. Alongside one of our pals that always tells us that what we think is a wrong call is actually correct in Cassie Campbell Pascal.
Congratulations to both of them. Very honored to know both of them. And yeah, Cassie's always letting us know when we're talking out of our butts about calls. So yeah, shout out to her for always knowing what's up with that. You got a big one tonight, Shirley Girlies in Toronto.
Man. Can I just tell you, like the late game last night? I'm gonna yawn.
It killed me, and I
now
hate to admit that I fell asleep a little bit. I woke up on the couch. I was like, "What happened?" And then
I hope it wasn't during that 1 minute and 20 seconds or that 22 seconds.
No, it was. I woke up after the game. I fell asleep during the third, and then I had to watch it back after the fact. So I didn't get the live. Well, I guess I did sort of get the live reaction because I didn't see what happened before I went back after I woke. But holy, yeah, we'll get to that one too.
I know. So now I'm like snoozy. I have a ton of stuff to get done today. So like, am I gonna have time for a 20-minute afternoon nap? Probably not.
I know. That's
then I got to rally because all the girlies and I are going to the Scepters game tonight. Yeah. And then on Saturday, I have my Christmas dinner with my TSN ladies.
Oh, that's nice.
So that's like how many late nights in 1 week?
I know. I'm in the same boat. I've got a Christmas party Saturday, Christmas party Sunday.
Oh,
game tonight.
Sunday, that Christmas party?
I know. Afternoon thing. Okay. It shouldn't be too late, I guess. Yeah. So it's a busy one. The 10 o'clock game was an absolute undertaker to me last night. But it was such a good game. Both games Wednesday night were awesome. But you know what else is awesome? Anytime you get to sit down with Courtney Kennedy, who is just one of our absolute favorite people. I was so sad I had to miss this one.
It's okay. You're traveling.
You caught her when I was in transit, headed to Ottawa for that game, which I know a lot of people wish I wasn't retroactively, but that's where I was going. Here's Courtney Kennedy and Tessa Bonham, Courtney's Cornah.
All right, with Julia traveling, someone left the kids home alone. I'm not sure who approved this, but it's time for Courtney's Cornah. With me and Coach Court, today I picked a Mexican lager.
Oh, no, that one looks good. I like this one. I like the color.
Oh, baby. Oh, yeah. A hint of lime. Oh.
So like Corona vibes?
Girl, this is, I'm crushing this before the end of this. Before the end of this segment, I'll tell you that much. This is tasty and thirst quenching. I would probably drink 6 of these. And for whatever reason, you know what's crazy is like I'm home alone with my kids this whole week because my husband's gone on his annual surf trip with his buds.
Oh,
but like at the end of the day, when I just, when you need a beer, just take the edge off. Guys, sit down, just have yourself a beer.
Yeah.
I've been pulling these out and like it fools my brain into thinking I had an actual beverage.
Yeah, it's like the crispness. Yeah. Even the opening of it.
It's the sound.
It's like it might set you into a moment of, hey, this is relaxed. This is leisure.
Therapy, if you will. Whatever. All right. Let's get into this, Court, because there's been a ton of games played. There's lots to talk about. You and I have been going back and forth a little bit.
Yeah.
One player who's a very good friend of the show, as is her mother, Maldal, absolutely blew my mind in their game against Seattle. Now, for people wondering, we've talked about Kelly Panic before and just the skill set that she has. Now, this is a player, Court, that I feel like you'll never catch her popping off of a score sheet because that's just not who she is. She's everything else around that, and she'll make other people pop off on the score sheet. But recently, what the hell is up with Kelly Panic getting on that score sheet?
I mean, this kid, she's unbelievable. Like her hockey IQ, I think everyone knows this. Like she's a very smart, cerebral hockey player.
In person.
And she's that kid. Yeah, right. She's a smart kid. She's that kid, like, she's going to be, she's a coach already, but she has that coach's brain, but she sees the full ice. She sees everything. And when you watch her play, like in that game, like, yeah, why is she getting these points? You see like the first goal, she just knows when to arrive and she reads space well.
Yeah.
So like she gets that puck, I think it's Cornah who pushes in and gets that threat to net speed. Now you have that D all sag back. Panic reads it perfectly, enters into that hot spot, nice and open, back and wide open, gets it, quick snapping in. Now, it hits a body and goes in, and yeah, it could be lucky, but at the same time, she reads the gap. She knows the D's gap is so sagged. It's kind of awful. She swings at this puck, and it's off the shoulder and in, and to me, it's a smart goal. It's not a lucky goal. She's reading the play and getting it done.
Yeah, it was like there was kind of like it was bobbly in the neutral zone, right? Like the puck was, and then Cornah gets it, which everyone knows as a defender right away. You're like you're going back.
Oh,
like
back.
Let's get going. So it's like the Coin and her threat is amazing because Coin will push them back, and Panic's gonna look at the side of her eye and be like, she's got everybody spooked.
She's smart enough to read it because if those D didn't push back, Panic's gonna go speed to
right to the net.
She's going to read the opposite. So whatever you do, she's going to do the opposite. So you almost have to play a perfect game because if you leave openings, I do think she's a player who takes advantage of those.
Yeah.
Even in the second goal, like it's a turnover. It's a turnover.
Yeah.
But as she comes in, her read to arrive right across the blue line onside, but right behind that back defender for an easy triangle pass, collects it, and then quick feet start going to net. Now goalie's like, whoa, and then snaps the puck. I just see so much greatness in it.
I know. But like, I've been a fan of Kelly Panic for a very long time. But for whatever reason, this season, she's making hockey look crazy easy.
Yeah.
Is that just getting used to the style of the PW, you think, with her? Because everyone still has an adjustment period, right? I've been talking to a lot of the players postseason. They're like, okay, I'm getting it a little bit better after this season. First season was like, my body's toast. We got to train different.
Yeah, like, you do have a first time as you play, as you learn, okay, never again.
Yeah.
And like, even when I played, I want to say I was going back playing Goyette on a one-on-one.
Oh, boy.
And she's coming across the blue and I'm nervous about her speed. And I'm a young D, so I gave her way more space. She's coming down well. She cuts middle. And in her cut middle, I'm dragging back as I'm going middle, but I'm not right with her.
No.
She shoots, it goes in the net, right? I go back to the bench and I'm like, wait, that's never happened to me in any scenario I've been in. And it's just because better players, when you jump to that next level, take advantage of the ice she created by cutting laterally across. And I didn't stay with her. I didn't stay with her. I will never forget it. It's still here.
Yeah.
And so when I teach D and I go over it, right?
Yeah.
I'm always on my D to be tight there because of that player and what she did. And I think Panic is going to be a player where a lot of defensemen are like, oh, this is why I have to stay up on my gaps and why I do need to play a better game off puck. This all happens off puck. Yeah. And now you can't adjust your gap and Panic's like, see ya. This is in the back of the net.
This is head on a swivel stuff, like know who you got and where you're at and what time of game you're in too. I like the best part about this is I love what you said is the fact that like, it's not like it just so happens that there's open space in a place and they know to get to it. No. That's not it. That'll happen sometimes, but they're actually creating movement within the defense to give themselves that space. And like Danielle Goyette, to be fair, when she was coming down on you that one time, in your head, you're like, this is Danielle Goyette, mad respect. Like, I got to be careful here. You know what I mean?
Beating wide. I got to stay body. And right when I'm in those thoughts, she cuts left and I'm like, oh.
Right?
I feel like there, but
I feel like there is that respect mentality a little bit sometimes when you just have
Yeah.
to shake that. It's like, no, every shift is hard and fast. You're going to come off out of breath. You're going to beg for mustard packs in the third.
Absolutely.
Because you just have to be up and tight. Like,
Yeah.
in my opinion, 10 feet outside of your offensive blue line you should be able to have stick on puck every time someone's going to take a shot or dump a puck in. It should be a disturbed shot.
You have to.
Yeah.
Like you have to. And sometimes when I watch neutral zone gaps, like it happens when you watch the gap, I'm like 5 seconds, 8 seconds before that is when we lost that.
Yeah.
And
right.
you got to respect the player. But like in that scenario, 3 players are respecting corner speed. And it was like, then panic just fills in. And I'm like, oh no, like this is a hard play to recover from with really good players.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But the threat to net, as long as you're a threat to net, I think it then opens the next play. If you're a threat to net and nobody takes you seriously, well, then go be the threat. Go take it. It's you're the play. But if they don't, that's why I think you got to do it and then see what the reaction is and then counter.
Yeah. I talked about it in our last episode where I had been reading up on Rania Savalainen because we're having her on shortly. And she's like, there's a saying in Finland where if you want pizza, go eat pizza. But if you want to score a goal, take the puck to the net. And it's hilarious. I had a good laugh. I was like, I mean, I don't mind pizza, but I'd prefer to score.
It's funny.
It's just basic and simple. And I felt like in that Minnesota game with Seattle specifically at home, I was just like, where is that part? Now, I know Hensley made some sick saves in that game where it was against Hillary. So in my head, I'm like, all right, this is Hensley letting everyone know you got to work for this. But then it was just like, guys, where's the work then?
Yeah, they felt very still and reactive, and it was like one guy in, and where was the next? Where was F2? I kept wondering where F2 was in offensive zone, dump-ins and whatnot. And Hensley did a good job of anytime there was like a dump hard rim, she was great at getting out and stopping it.
Best.
Which then I thought really held back Seattle from it. Looked like a play, like let's get it deep, recover opposite corner, and Hensley's like absolutely not. Yeah. We're gonna break this out and Steck lines in, and they're moving it the other way, and you're just getting your change in.
Yeah.
There's a lot of reactive hockey, but when you first start, like it's a new program, they're learning who they are and what they are.
Yeah.
But you want to see a little more offensive pop.
Totally, especially in your home opener, it's tough getting shut out. I was saying this to Julia, and I don't know if you agree or disagree with me, but I have no idea why Bilka, Niter, and Carp aren't aligned because that's just something that's already set.
It's a line I think we all wanted to see.
Yeah.
Also, they know each other pretty well. Like, it's the beginning of the year. You're trying to get your feet wet and figure out what kind of program you are. I get it. But at the same time, you're like, well, maybe go with a line that we know has had their feet wet together. And they can maybe at least, because I look at the game as that momentum. So let's say it's not great and your other lines are kind of sorting and we're figuring out who's center, who's winger, where's our chemistry. You got one line that provides momentum every 2 minutes. Right. And I think that kind of hockey can at least keep your head above water, and then you pop in a goal, momentum. We have it. Now the other team, they got to rethink the game and how do we stop, them?
Totally. Yeah, because you're forcing the other team to play chess. You got that first line out there. It's like, okay, well, we got to be aware of this line because we know they're creating every time. And the second there's a turnover, they're coming back and shoving it right down your throat. And then I feel like with that momentum, you can toss a big line out like Gosling, Eldridge, and Serdachny. I think would almost serve them better.
Yeah, and they can figure out who they are and what they are because I wouldn't want to play against them.
Yeah.
Like once you get in zone, like that's I'm a big Serdachny fan too. Like I think she's fantastic.
I want her to take it to the net more.
Yeah, she should. Because if she did, honestly, as a D, I would hope and pray that I would give her a reason to turn away.
100%.
And I wish they drop shoulder more and take it because I think you're assuming the D have the footwork to handle you. And I don't think a lot of them do. I think the best ones do, but I don't think a lot of them do.
I think Serdachny, she's got the skill set to play like a Rick Nash. Where I feel like Rick Nash understood his size, but he was a skill guy. And he was just like, good, take me. The only way you're stopping me right now is by taking me down. And it's a penalty and or a penalty shot.
Absolutely.
So
well, I think it will be a penalty, right? Because as a D, you're thinking, I want to keep my job. I'm not going to let some kid dance around me here. But like, there's certain players who can do it. And I've been watching her for a few years and I'm like, my God, I wish she would drop shoulder and go to net more.
I know. Speaking of dropping shoulder, you know where I'm going with this? You see Abby Newhook? Remember we talked?
Yeah.
Dude.
This kid is, I love this style hockey,
What a goal. Like,
and she just got on the ice, I believe. And they fumbled a puck on the blue line.
At the blue line.
And she reads it. She's already heading out for her coverage to get on this kid. So she's got a little bit of speed on it. She lumbers right through her, takes her ice.
Knocks her down.
Ice.
Knocks her down.
Knocks her down. Now has it. Now she's threat to net how she comes in. Opens up, makes that beautiful pass because the D's playing back, the gap's behind. Then, like a pro, goes right to net, good position.
Yeah.
And the puck ends up right there.
I know. That's what I loved. It's she didn't watch her pass.
Nope.
Like it wasn't like
I'm going net.
I'm finishing my job. I know I got the memo. I know it.
Yep.
I know what my job is here. And
I think it's why she's a special player because I do think off puck she'll play positionally sound.
Yeah.
And so she'll just make lines better. She'll make other players better because you're not like, oh, she's turning left to change, excuse me. She's not going behind the net. What I have it, a lot of them have. Like, especially stud players. It's usually one and done. It's in the net. And if it doesn't, they're spinning out. I'm like, kid, the rebound's right there.
Yeah.
Right? So like I just loved how she went to net. And it went right there. And I mean, the kid's huge. It's a big body.
Like, you're not knocking her off the puck.
No, you're not. That's another kid I've tried when I play dummy D.
Yeah.
Like I'm very wary around her.
You have to try hard.
When she bumps you, it just hurts. It sounds ridiculous. I mean, they're getting older, but when she bumps you, you're kind of like, yeah, that was solid on my forearm. Like, you know, she uses her body well. And so I'm very excited to see what she does as she gets better every game. Every experience, she's going to get better.
Like, what is the ceiling there? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's kind of scary. I think she could be a mainstay in any program. It's somebody you want to keep around because she's going to do the game the right way. And she's hungry for it.
Right.
Like whatever is the task, whatever you ask her to do, whatever the rule is in terms of how you prepare mentally, physically, she's going to do all of it A+.
Yeah.
And so I think it gives you a lot of opportunity to be successful, you know, because you're doing all the other stuff.
Yeah.
And a cool teammate. She's a cool kid.
Yeah. And I think too, like the confidence that comes in with one, having her strength and size. And like this goal specifically, if this doesn't make her the most confident player heading into the next game. And like, you know, Jill Saunier was talking her up too on the bench, right?
Oh, Jill's a great teammate. Like if you want to have a little confidence and you're new to the league, like Jill's going to pump your tires and sprint everywhere to be there supporting you.
Yeah.
Like that's a good line mate.
100%. And I just think that confidence that she'll get from playing like this and having opportunities in moments like this is just going to allow the game to open up more for her. If you know what I mean.
And a player like that being surrounded by great players, I think certain players have that. They almost need to go up a level. Yeah. And so I was so glad to see her enter the league. And I'm selfishly really glad Boston got her because I get to watch her more and just in the building. You know what I mean? And I'm a big fan. And it's a kid you root for to do well because she does things the right way.
100%. The player she knocked over to was Sarah Hjalmarsson. So it's like no slouch there. Know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, that's a big kid too.
Yeah.
And that's what she does. So I'm excited to see her in these one-on-one battles with speed and just using her body.
Yeah.
Go Nui.
That's it. Go Nui. Big fan. I had tossed her in my pre-draft, like top 15, I think. And some people were like, what are you doing? And I was like, I've heard the kid's a player. She's got a smart brain and she can shoot. Like
she can shoot a puck.
I know.
Without any dust off. So I can't wait. Because you're talking about the confidence.
Yeah.
As she gets more confident and she's not afraid to take those shots. Like I think she can do it. And I'm very excited.
I think too, and tell me if I'm wrong, but as a coach, especially in this league, if you see a kid with a cannon or a shot, like even if, okay, let's say other parts of their game kind of lag, like, okay, well, cool. We're going to put you right here on the power play. Shoot.
Yeah.
I never want to see you do anything but shoot. And all right, cool. Guys, get her the puck, shoot. And then all of a sudden, okay, there's your confidence. Now, okay, off ice, grab a skipping rope. Start jumping. Get those fast feet moving.
Work on the other pieces.
Just get the other pieces.
Literally, you have to score more than the other team to win. That's it. So if you have a player who has an absolute cannon and they can be shot ready and put it in the back of the net, that's the whole game. To your point, let's put those kids in those spots, encourage what they're really good at. What are you elite at?
Yeah.
Why are you here? Encourage that right now, and then we'll pick away at the other pieces, you know, as we're developing your confidence and keeping you in these games.
That's it. Let's build your body armor. I like that stuff. Yeah. Honestly, I feel like that's just it. Why did I draft you? I heard you got a great shot and you got good size. All right, let's put you in a place to utilize that. And then the rest of the pieces we'll fine tune and polish as the season moves along. For sure. Coach Courtney, ladies and gents. Thanks for the chat, man. This was fun.
Oh, it's Always fun talking with you guys, especially with you like talking hockey. I love talking hockey.
I know. I feel like I could sit here. This could be like an hour and 15-minute long segment if we really wanted to. But
Yeah.
I mean, we'll just keep it to a cool 15.
You know what else? Just going back to Panic, because I just have to mention this. She taught me something this summer.
She did.
And I don't know if you know about this. It's called when you like split the G on a Guinness cup.
Oh, where you have to take like 3 swigs and it's got to be in between.
You're trying to get it to split the G.
Did you do it?
I tried really hard. I got a few in to get it there. I got one. But see, I was ready to go buy multiple Guinness, and you know, every Guinness is one chance.
Yes.
She's like, this is why her hockey IQ. Well, this is her IQ. She's like, Court, let's just go get it. You know, we just get a pint of Guinness and we refill from where you missed the G.
Ah, smart. Instead, you were going to buy like 7 in a row.
Guinness because I don't quit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Did you get it?
I did get it with her and with her support. She's right there, you know, giving me tips. Yeah, we got it. She's a fun kid. She's a great person.
Yeah, the best. Her mom's a blast too. I don't know if you ever met Molly.
I've met her. Obviously, just you know, I'm a gopher. She's a gopher. So just in different circles, you know what I mean. You know each other, but not extensively. You know.
Right. Molly's a time. I've had a couple late nights with Molly at a casino. It's the best.
I mean, she has to be. Panic's like the
right?
best kid. Yeah, she has to be funny and quick-witted and with it and fun. Yeah.
Apple doesn't fall far, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, true.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Court. Appreciate you. We'll see you next week.
Absolutely. Take care.
Oh, Courtney. She's a gem.
She's the best. And she's always like, I feel like she might be a fan favorite out there. I mean, correct us if we're wrong, but I feel like everyone should love Courtney as much as we do. But like, she's always beep bopping around them rinks, and she loves talking hockey and drinking beer.
Yeah.
So if you got 2 in your hand and you run into court and you want to talk some hockey, just shares these, you know?
Yeah, exactly. It's an easy solution. Thank you very much to her for joining us as always. Now, let's get to the headlines this week in the PW. Okay, first and foremost, we are, well, I don't know if it's first and foremost, but anyways, I already said it, so let's go with that. The rivalry series, we're nearing our first international break, which does not seem real to me. But rivalry series coming up December 10th and 13th in Edmonton. There's some games being played overseas in Europe as well. Doesn't sound like there's going to be a ton of, or any PWHL representation, but we'll have like some more solid information for that.
I think that happened last year too.
Episode. Yeah, but we'll know for sure probably by Monday's episode, and we'll update you again on what's happening there. But in terms of the Canadian roster that was revealed this week, I know that teams are trying different things, and we shouldn't try not to think too much of any roster decisions being made ahead of the Olympics, because I know a lot of these games are trials. But what were your thoughts on what they revealed?
Honestly, I'm not too surprised with Canada's roster that they're taking to this last little bit. I feel like there are players on this roster that I'm not saying any part of the coaches because I haven't talked to them at any length about this, but that I would like to see a little bit more out of. Maybe their first few games here in the PW wasn't the best showcase of what these players can do. So like getting back in the mix with all the ladies, getting back to like, I don't know, firing pucks really quick, tape to tape, collecting, like not a lot of broken plays, that kind of stuff. I like that Caitlin Kramer's in the mix on the forward end. I like Serdax and Gosling potentially being aligned with another big body, if you will. On the back end, Chloe Primerano, I want to see her pop off so hard. Like, I just want to cheer for this kid to always, like, I want that offensive defender on Team Canada where it's like no holds bar, like not even thinking, just doing. And the coach is like, yeah, Alicia's off, go do it. And I want Chloe to be able to do that. Do you know what I mean? So I'm pumped that she's back in the lineup here, making a push, obviously, for the Olympic roster. As far in the back end, I mean, especially after last night's game on Wednesday night, Kaylee Osborne looks to be, the third stringer on this roster, which makes a ton of sense to me. She's been playing lights out lately so far at the beginning of this season. So kudos and props to her.
Yeah, she's we'll talk more about her obviously when we're gonna get to that game, because she was absolutely excellent in that. She's been so good with this opportunity to be their mainstay.
So great. I like it. I will say that when we get there, I want to talk about New York's D zone a little bit too, and how it's definitely helping.
Yeah.
Some light to shine on some big performers in November, since November has come and gone in a sneeze.
Yeah, the 9 days of gameplay we were treated to in November were fabulous, and the league announced November starting 6, top 3 forwards, 2 defenders, 1 goalie based on performances for the month. Should we throw a little da-da-da-da-da?
Drum roll, please.
I'm like too nervous to even try one vocally. Da-da-da-da. I don't know, that was bad.
I wouldn't do it. I would just say, hey, Jack, roll the drums.
Yeah, I'm not a Foley artist. Okay, November's winners are Taylor Gerard. Yeah, when you get a Hattie.
That'll happen. You're gonna be named to the starting 6, no doubt. And that was cool. And it was like, that was first game. So it's just like, way to kick the season off.
Yeah, so what a way to start for her. We've talked a lot about it, but man, Taylor Gerard, right spot to start the season. And Brienne Jenner too. I know it wasn't Ottawa's best outing on Tuesday night, but I think she got another assist in that game too, in addition to the 4 points she got in the one previously.
I mean, points aside, she's just been playing the right way for that team. And she's the leader in that locker room. And she's going to have to continue doing that. She's just going to have to drag her team every game. Just lead the way, drag them with you.
Yeah. And Susanna Tapani, one of our favorites, also named to that starting 6.
Heck yeah. And like back-to-back game-winning goals. Her team's on fire. I don't think this is going to be the last time that she'll be named to the starting 6 because it's Tap. And the way this team's looking and playing right now.
Yeah.
Tap's going to be back. I feel like there's going to be a lot of Boston Fleets back into this starting 6, if you will, because Susanna Tapani isn't the only one here either. There's another. There's 2 others.
Yeah. Let's talk about Claire Thompson first.
Yeah.
For the Golden Eyes.
Scoring in back-to-back games for Vancouver to open the season. Way to go, Claire. Good start. I don't want to comment on the team performance because I don't think they're in a groove yet, or simpatico, if you will.
Yeah.
But in their opening game, she was laughing actually about when she scored her goal because it was like a little bit of a flubber. But she was in the right spot. And she was like, yeah, I was kind of like skating around the net to go back to the point. I'm like, yeah, but you got lost there. And then you were uncovered on the backside. She's like, you know what? I was thinking that as I was going around the net. So like, she was just like feeling and going with the flow with the game out there, but it's working in her favor. And I think that's what makes her so good. And that's why, she's been producing like she has for this team so far. Obviously, there's other people that need to contribute on this team, but it's earned her top 2D, in the starting 6.
Yeah.
Alongside somebody that I really enjoy watching.
Of course, Megan Keller. I honestly, I want to go back to Claire Thompson for a sec. She's been excellent offensively, but like some of the defensive numbers for Vancouver right now are absolutely wild. Like the amount of slot shots that they're allowing, the amount of action that's happening in front of their net is genuinely crazy right now. Like you look at I was like kind of playing around on Natural Stat Trick last night.
Yep.
The middle of the ice looks like a Christmas tree in the Vancouver zone at all times. Yeah, but they're getting offense from that back end, which is good. Sorry, keep going on Megan Keller, who I need. I don't know. I kind of want the Keller jersey with the C. I honestly love it.
Everybody needs the Keller jersey with the C. I don't know that they're available in venue. However, go online and get one because that jersey is never going to get old. It looks right.
I think I said to you before she was named captain, there's something about a defender, like a defender like Megan Keller, like Ashton Bell, like kind of put in that same vein too. Just
on
like
the
someone
men's
you
side,
trust.
Shea Weber.
Yes, exactly. Like just someone that's like, yeah, duh, that's the captain. I trust them with my life.
Yeah, and also they will protect me if I need protecting.
Totally.
Yeah. Bomb of a shot, just like knows the game inside out. It's just like the wise one, if you will. And everyone else is their little grasshoppers.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They should all just wear grasshopper tees on a walk-in one time.
Yes.
But scores a PP goal in the season opener. We were stoked about it. We wanted to see her, do more slap shots and everything. She had an assist in the second game. And like you said, she's just leading the charge on the back end. And she's doing a fantastic job at it, which is why she's earned her right to be in the starting 6.
Absolutely. And Erin Frankel, obviously, is it weird to say obviously? There's been a lot of good goaltender play to start the season, to be so real with you guys, but can't deny how good Erin Frankel's been to start.
Like, it has to have every other team, and specifically the players that are vying for a spot on any national team that is going to go to the Olympics. You need to figure out Erin Frankel real quick. because the Olympics come and go really fast. The second the tournament starts, it's like it starts and it's over. And so if you're in a game with USA and it's like, oh, Aaron Frankel's in net, this is going to be a tough one. It's like, well, have a plan and figure it out because you're going to be putting up zeros against her if you can't figure it out. And like, I'm not taking any part away from her game. She's making this incredibly hard for everybody. And like, there are a lot of good goal scorers in this league. And she is making it look like a walk in the park, you know, with Caesar salad in hand, snacking on some crunchy croutons, maybe some garlic flavor. I don't know what her fave is, but whatever. Enjoying the shredded Parmesan.
Little bacon in there.
Oh my God, good bacon. Spritz a little bit of lemon on the top.
Nice.
My mouth is watering like crazy thinking of that right now. I'm going to go make a good Caesar after this. But she allowing 1 goal over 3 games is wild. And like, she's so small but mighty, such a boss in such a teeny tiny package that like, I am such a super fan of this player. And I love watching her play. And it's not like, you know, she's gone through every game and it has been easy. She's made point blank saves on people, like point blank saves, 10 bell saves, sometimes 1 in a row, sometimes 2 in a row. And totally earning the discussion right now, being the top 10D in the league by far, hands down. It's unreal what she's been doing. 986 save percentage.
Wow. Yeah, just so wild to start the season. So good luck, everyone, getting pucks past.
Someone figure something out.
Yeah, I don't know. She just seems to be on one right now, and she makes it look so easy. And when she's in just kind of on a roll like this, yeah, it's hard to stop. So shout out to the starting 6 in the PW this week. All had, or this month rather, all had great performances. Okay, let's go to this game in Ottawa on Tuesday night.
Take us, Julia.
Okay, we'll start with, obviously, like, this was a tough game to play for the play-in, for the charge. Like, it's really hard when you don't have Carla there. You're thinking of her. There's a lot of initiative. I honestly find games like this hard to play hard to play in for the home team. Like, there's just so much on your mind, right? Going into these games. I don't know. You could probably speak better to it when there's something really emotional happening off the ice and you kind of have to put it aside and just think about hockey for the night.
Yeah, I mean, those things sometimes are a rallying cry and sometimes they can be a distraction. But
yes, it's almost, it's interesting how it could be both, eh?
Yeah, I think the difference is how the team chooses to acknowledge and how, as a group, you choose to process it before. So I think there are people and players that feel, I guess, bad about not carrying the weight or the heaviness of bad news. But it's like you're allowed to feel that, but the second you get to the door of the locker room, you need to park all of that stuff outside. We'll pick it right back up as soon as the game is over, but your job right now is to go out there and play, right?
Yeah.
So leave the baggage at the door. The other thing is like, okay, get everyone to do that. We're not carrying any part of that. We're light, we're loose. It's okay to laugh and have fun here today because that's what Carla would want us to do on a day like today. She's got FOMO. She doesn't have FOMO about missing out in a quiet, down in the dumps locker room. She's got FOMO about the laughs in the locker room, the music playing, the jokes before the game, the keep ups, the shoulders, whatever. That's what Carla's got FOMO for. That was she was talking about.
Yeah.
She didn't have FOMO about the slow start that this team had. Her FOMO was about that 5-1 shellacking the way they played when they played Vancouver.
Right.
Right? So play for that.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they chose to process it. However, I have been in games where you're like, what is going on? Like, we got spanked by the US in the Vermont Worlds. I think it was like 9-2 or something really bad. And I remember like, I wasn't playing much, but I had been out there a little bit. And I remember looking around and just being like, everyone is really bad at the same time right now. Like, this is really bad. Like, we're not this bad and they aren't that good. Like,
yeah.
And you're kind of, you're playing, but you're watching from afar. And I think watching is the key word here. And intermission, you hope you snap out of it. You hope a coach says something to you.
I think Ottawa did kind of too. And honestly, like that's kind of what I wanted to say. I wasn't even sure if it was everything going on around Ottawa. That start was genuinely weird.
Bad.
I don't even know. It was weird. Like it didn't even seem like Minnesota, like that first goal that Kendall scored. I think that's what threw everyone, honestly. It just snuck in weirdly. And it was kind of like a disconnected moment. I don't know. Tell me your perspective on it.
So what's crazy to me is how this team can be so great in a 5-1 win against Vancouver, which I think was probably one of the best games I'd seen them play to go to this.
It's so Ottawa though, isn't it? Like they're their
that's
only
brutal.
consistency is inconsistency.
Shake that. Get rid of that. So it just felt like a very disinterested team from the start. Their puck management was awful. Like when you're playing, okay, and you have the puck and you're like, man, I don't have very many options. It's like, okay, so then what's the play? It's not like, well, we're just going to do this. It's like, no, what's the play? And if it's beat bobbling and bopping around, you're not just whacking at it to whack at it. Where are you hitting it to? Are you bumping it forward for your forward to skate onto? Are you just going to put it in a safe spot next to the boards or behind the net? Like, what are you doing? Are you going to drop in front of it and fall on it? Like there's what is the play? And it felt like there was never an idea of what the play was going to be for these ladies. It was very lazy and brutal hockey. The other thing is they were constantly, which happened in this first goal that you're talking about, they were constantly getting beat back to the front of the net. I don't care if you lose a battle. That's going to happen from time to time, but you do not get beat back to the front of the net as a defender or low forward. That's a no.
Yeah,
and the craziest
Kendall,
part to me,
like Kendall's such a monster in that spot.
And like the other crazy thing to me is like, so when usually when you as a team are watching video or whatever, in the TV screen in the square, you should always have, if you're defending, there should always be more of your jersey color in the frame than theirs. That meaning you have the advantage, right? So like that's why back pressure and back checking is very important, right? In this one, they would have numbers, but for whatever reason, it was like they could not get the puck. They couldn't force a play. They weren't forcing players to the outside and rubbing them out, getting the puck and transitioning back the other way. It was like, okay, come on in, guys. And it was like, come on in. Like you're welcoming in the enemy right now.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. This is the enemy. How do you forget the Walter Cup? How do you forget that moment on the ice when Gwyneth Phillips, I remember when everyone was hanging around to cheer for her for winning the playoff MVP, and you just saw in their faces, us going off the ice after the presentation, walking to our studio that we had set up, and all of them were just a shell of themselves, just a wreck. Like, why weren't you pulling out of that bag?
Yeah.
Get pissed. You hate these guys. I don't even like using the word hate, but like that's what you're pulling from in a game like this. And they had none of it. There was no heart, which is scary to me because I always say, as long as your kid has drive and heart, you're okay. You can teach them everything else. You cannot teach heart. So does this team have a heart problem? I don't know.
Yeah, but they just had so much of it last year. And like, I know the roster's changed quite a bit, and that's probably part of it too. They're still in the playoffs. Yeah, they just found that inner drive and really were able to ride it. Can I read you some of my DMs? First,
please.
Actually, we should give, let's give Minnesota some love. Like the fastest 3 goals to start a game in PWHL history. That top line they have is just monstrous right now. I just can't believe how good they look. We were talking to Ken Klee before the game, and I was kind of like, holy, this season for Kelly Panic to start. Like, she looks so good. And Ken said she looks lighter. Like, they have noticed the same thing. Something's different with Kelly Panic. She just feels so light and so into her game and so relaxed.
Yeah.
I was talking to her about it pregame too, and she just kind of said, I don't know, just feels good this season. Like, everything feels light. I love that for her.
I feel like she's such a cerebral player and person.
Yep.
That first year, everyone was just trying to figure it out, right?
Yeah.
Second year, it's like, okay, I'm a little more comfortable. I get it now, but still, we're working on some things. Third season, she's like, all right, I'm driving the bus. Who's coming?
Exactly. It's so good. Like she's been so good.
Yeah.
Also, you know this, the joys of being a rinkside reporter as I was at that game.
Yeah.
3-0 for the home team. They're getting absolutely worked. And we got an Ottawa interview between periods. Fun. Who would you have picked on Ottawa? Trivia question.
I think you picked the right person.
Yeah.
Because I really enjoyed that interview.
Jocelyn was so good.
That was
Jocelyn
the
is the
best.
nicest person of all time.
Yeah.
I have never, Jocelyn, like, Jocelyn gave me the classic when I was like, Joss, come on, interview time. Classic, like, head turn as slow as it possibly can.
Julia,
I felt so bad.
you're not supposed to be allowed back in here.
I
is
know.
what
I
she was
even
thinking.
apologized to her in the moment. Poor Joss. Like last year, it was right after she got traded. I was sticking a microphone in her
I
face. And this year, it's
know.
right after a tough first. I was honestly apologetic to her. I felt badly. But then she gives such an amazing interview. It was
Her
like she was
answer was
talking to
perfect.
the team.
Yeah.
She was so inspired by it. And honestly, they were a lot better in the second period. They didn't allow anything in the second. Well, they didn't allow any goals in the second.
Yeah, it was still not motivated enough for me. But yes, she was bang on. It's a mentality thing, and she's right.
Yeah.
She's right. And from the get-go, you could tell it was, like I said, disinterested hockey. That's a mentality thing.
Okay, now to my DMs.
Yeah,
Because right from the beginning of the game, no one was interested. Like people were worried about having me at this game right from the beginning because I had DMs prior to puck drop.
No.
Listen, Julia, I'm not sure about you being here tonight. Go charge. And then as soon as Kendall scored, it was Julia, the DM right after that. And the other thing that's interesting is in Ottawa, you have to walk around the bowl. So you're like, I talk to Ottawa, I get to talk to so many fans.
Yeah.
Like it takes, like, it's so fun to be there. Unless you're public enemy number one and everyone hates you. Which, well, it's not true. We'll get full circle on this. But this girl stops me. She was like, oh my gosh, I was just about to message you. She turns her phone around. It says, please leave the building. It's like a message typed out to me. She hasn't sent it yet. It says, please leave. I'm like, okay. At least you showed it to my face. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I've already read fan chatter this morning on Ottawa Charge sites discussing your permanent ban from future Charge games. Julia, you may never be allowed in TD Place again. The city is filing a restraining order for you against you as we speak. Just to be clear, these are separate messages that I received.
Okay.
PSA, the Ottawa Charge have been involved in another record-setting PWHL game. We've set the record for the fastest 3 goals allowed in a PWHL game. So at Julie to share it, it's definitely you. Why were you involved in both record-setting games in Ottawa? Another one, currently watching the Charge game. Oh, this one was sent to jocksinjills. Julia must leave the building immediately. That's just a smattering of what I received. Those are the screenshots that I decided to go with.
Those are so good.
Yeah, but before we continue to break down this game, because there was more that happened in it, and we will talk about Rory Gilday's goal.
Yeah.
Not everyone in Ottawa hates me. I was gifted some really beautiful things. I was gifted like a pink cancer ribbon. I was gifted a pink kazoo.
Oh, nice.
One of the Charge fans is 3D printing pink kazoos for games, which I think is extremely cool. And I wore this one out of the building. And in fact, I was wearing it in front of a bunch of Frost players and they were like, what is going on? And I was like, stop, I need to. Becky Keller was trying to get me out of the building as people were yelling at me and I was hiding under it. First, I want to shout out Daniel from the Red Scarf Union and everyone from the Red Scarf Union.
Red Scarf
I was
Union.
gifted.
What do I call them again?
The Red Scarf Army, which honestly is pretty fitting.
Okay.
I was gifted a Red Scarf Union scarf.
No
I thought about
way.
coming and wearing it. I was like this, hiding under it, trying to leave the building as I was getting heckled by Charge fans. Becky Keller had her arm around me. She was trying to protect me. I'm going to do a little redecorating in my background. It's going to go, this gorgeous scarf is going to go up in my background. So proof that I'm not hated unanimously
By
throughout Ottawa.
everyone.
And I do have to go back there for a game January 2nd. So yeah, just kind of, I know. I'm sorry, everyone. So just be warned by that. Okay, let's,
Julia,
I
you
know.
can't.
It's bad. It's
People
bad.
were someone told you your face to get out.
Literally to my face, which I appreciate. Like internet stuff is one thing, but like if you could see me and see the DM and like really know, like, yeah, I want to say this to her. You know what? You go ahead and say it. I appreciate that. Let's talk about that Rory Gilday goal, which was honestly awesome. I know it was a one-timer, but just the drama of the way that her stick was like basically in the rafters. We've been begging for slap shots on this show, and that was an absolute bomb.
So now, guess who we're all over about shooting the puck more and harder?
Rory. There was a Rory chant too when she scored, which I loved from Charge fans.
Amazing. Good for you, Rory. Honestly, I'm a fan of her play. I like she plays tough and like she gets a call. She just like looks back at whoever she murdered in the corner and skates to the box, just like flipping her hair. Just
Yeah.
like, yeah, whatever. Looks at the ref like, you got me. Like just a boss going to the penalty box.
I doubted that too.
Seriously, it's so funny. I'm always like, she knows. And she's just like, and I always say in my head as she's going there, like, say sorry later. Like her
Yep.
grandpa is living rent free in my head with that
I love that.
saying. Rest his soul. What a beautiful human. I have to say though, another defender that very much impressed me, and has impressed me is Kendall Cooper on
Yes.
Minnesota. The poise from this kid, it's like she's been playing in this league since 2024. And like her defensive play is solid. She is a smooth puck moving D that I'm just like, oh, this is beautiful. Like, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
I
she's
met her
unreal.
mom.
Oh, right.
Her mom's a boss, like just the coolest, nicest lady. And her daughter is so badass.
yeah.
A great pickup by
So
Minnesota.
good. We were talking to Ken about her too pregame, and he
Mhm.
said the word was like, obviously very highly touted defensive class this year with
Yeah.
Wynn and with Gilday, but he was really confident. We got her as I think she was the third defender chosen in the
Stole her.
draft, and really thought that she could have. She sits right there with Wynn and Gilday in terms of how effective she is, and she's so
Not
mature
wrong.
too. Like when we've had a chance to talk to her, like she's just great. Somebody else on Minnesota that I just want to talk about briefly, Abby Hustler.
Yes.
When we were talking to, again, Ken pregame, he called her the new Brooke McQuigg. So true in the way that she plays. And
What a
like,
compliment.
right? And especially we know how much he liked Brooke McQuigg last
Yeah.
year. And Abby Hustler is so cool. She is from St. Louis, PEI. I looked it up. The population is 83.
Stop it.
It's 83.
Well, 82 now that she's in Minnesota.
Yeah, I guess. Maybe she still counts on the census. Ken was saying he called her once during the summer and she was out fishing, had some bad service. She was helping her dad, who's a lobster fisherman.
Wicked.
I know, right? She had family in the building in Ottawa.
Yeah.
I don't know if they lived close by or if they came all the way out from out east, but very cool to see them there. Little thing about her, she doesn't tape her stick. Like there's no tape at all on the blade of her stick. And I asked her about it and she was like, yeah, one game I just didn't do it. Didn't notice a difference. And I hate taping my stick. So just don't do it anymore. All right.
Saves a ton of time. Look, I wish
That's
I
her
could.
thing.
I would have paid somebody to do it back in the
of
day.
Maggie Connor. She's like, yeah, it takes too much time. I don't care to do it. And
The polar
absolutely
opposites.
nothing on her blade. So I feel like Abby Hustler is a character that we have to keep an eye on. She's just
Yeah.
giving character vibes, which
Did you get any pics of it? Of like the non-taped, like how dinged up are her sticks?
they're so dinged. It looked like she had taped it and taken tape off of it because of how dinged up it looked. But no, it's just puck marks on the actual blade of the stick.
Well, it's like Hillary Knight when she was like, just got tired of taping it. Because like she went from like tape
Oh,
to like little
yeah.
tape to then just just the tip.
Is it still like that? Does she still just do the tip? She changes it up
It's
every
not-
once in a while.
It's not full. It's not as
No.
little. It was littler before.
Yeah. Gotta love
Yeah.
an interesting TJ.
I know. Nicole Hensley has
Ooh.
been. It was very obvious that why he went back to Hensley. Obvi, she had a great game the game before. In this one, it was like, I don't know. That's to a point with these goalies on this team where it's just like, are other teams ever going to get a chance?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
know.
And I know in true Minnesota fashion, there's always a dip in and around March, March, well, it'll be April maybe this year, just the way the schedule is landing, where everyone's like, well, no, they lost it. But it's just like a tease, I feel, because these goalies are always going to give their team a chance to win. And they are comfortable in playing in a 1-0 game or overtime or best of 5, whatever. So like after Hensley made those 35 saves, which was her career high that she's made, regardless, 35 saves in a big win is no small feat. Like you're looking at the score and you're like, okay, well, it was 5-1. Like how much work did she really do? She a lot, actually. And that's that's the beautiful part about having these two good goalies is it really allows your team to play free, and it allows defenders, new defenders like Kendall Cooper, to be confident enough to go take chances and just play out there, like not think but play.
Yeah.
Because if there is a whoopsie, it's fine. It's okay. That's how I felt when Zabby was in net or Kim. I was just like, it's cool, man. They got it. You know, they'll probably make a save and get an assist off of it. And I'll just be like, you're welcome.
Yeah.
You know, that's what these goalies are to this team. And that's what's been making them so successful in years past and allows them to play the way they do.
Yeah. So another dub for Minnesota and her first hat trick. Hat trick?
Hat trick.
Ooh, that
français.
kind of sounded French. Kendall Coyne-Schofield gets her first hat trick in the PWHL, and she was so classy after the game too when I asked her about it, and she wanted to give her well wishes to Carla first. Obviously, Kendall's never going to talk about herself, but she's just been an absolute pit bull to start this year too.
Yeah, Kendall and Panic are just on a whole other level. They're like living in a completely different universe.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It's true. It's true. And that was Tuesday night in Ottawa. And again, just to mentally prepare everyone, I am scheduled to do a game in Ottawa on January 2nd. So
your pass is going to be denied. Like you're covering from outside.
Maybe there should be a petition. Like maybe if enough people make a petition, I won't be allowed. I have no idea. But I know that some people in Ottawa like me. So hopefully I'm not banned for life. Let's go to last night's game. Vancouver at Boston. Boston stays perfect. They are a stunning 3-0 to start the season. We could talk about Erin Frankel again now. Like, what else do we say about her? She doesn't let pucks
closest thing to perfect. Yeah, she doesn't. Yeah. She's not into that. Letting goals in. No. Frankel's allergic to that, apparently. So none of that happens near her. But Abby Newhook getting the promo onto the top line there. Can I just say, I looked at the pregame lineup before this game, and I was like, this lineup looks right.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? I was like, this looks good.
Yeah. Everyone owes you an apology for your Abby Newhook draft rankings. Like, people were on you about having her too high when you did your Tessa's top 10 or something to that effect ahead of the draft last season. Abby Newhook is a perfect player for this league. Like, just the way she moves. She's so heavy in front of the net. The 2 goals that she has so far in the PWHL are such Abby Newhook goals. Like, she looks so strong on the puck. She's not going to lose a battle in front of the net. And that's just, like, this is a big physical league, and you need that.
Yeah. Well, you're not slowing her down or stopping her by any means.
No.
And her goal in this game was just a shining example of exactly what you said. She's a big body. She's strong. She can skate. She's got good hands and a shot. So she lost herself in front, basically. She kind of like maneuvered away, had the defender that was on her kind of get picked by another battle that was happening in front. Rebound just happens to be right where she was going. Perfect heads up hockey play. And pots it in. Scores 5 minutes in. After being promoted to the top line, the other players on the top line are like, this is awesome. Melina Miller's like, I dig the way you play. And like, yeah, you should. And it didn't even finish there. It was like when she was on the top PP, it was just like, man, Nui, you're looking good out here.
Yeah.
Like, this is where you're supposed to be. And I think, you know, the reason why, and you and I talked about this a little bit last night, but you said it, she's built for this league. There are important things that you need to be able to play here. 1, a little bit of an attitude. 2, strength. Got it. 3, a shot.
Yep.
And she's got it. Mix that with the right line. My goodness, you're going to have a ton of fun. And I think she is this season. And the coolest part, they showed it on the broadcast, was her brother when he was filling out this page for when he was being drafted. And it said something that people don't know about me. And he said, I have a sister who plays hockey and she's better than me.
Yeah.
Which is
so
like...
sweet.
Pretty cool. She's got a good brother. Hope he's recovering well, by the way. He's out injured. He broke his foot or his leg. I can't remember. But he's out. We'll probably return at the team maybe in the new year at some point. But good guy. Great sister that is honestly just tearing it up the way we want to. Win at the blue line is a lot of fun to watch. You see her breaking ankles.
I was just going to say that her edge work is insane. The way she slams on the break and then like rides one inside edge on one foot is like ballet.
And then not even just, it's not a flubber that she's firing off. She's sending a BB gun in there. Pew.
Yeah. She's unbelievable.
Beautiful. I know. Those 2 players, fantastic, unbelievable. Frankel, unbelievable. What's crazy to me with Frankel and what's impressive is like she only faced 2 shots in that first period, okay? And then came out in the second and was peppered and was just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, it's tough when you got nothing to do back there. And honestly, she, I don't know if she was like playing mental games, if she
What
had
do
like
you do?
Sudoku going, but she was dialed in. How do you stay mentally sharp? Do you play I Spy? Do you notice different things in the arena? I have no idea, but she was seeing the puck so well, even though she didn't see it at all in the first
Izzy
period.
Daniel thought she had a goal.
Yes,
she was like,
she
this is in.
did. Like it was stolen
Wired
from her.
that thing.
Yeah.
Robbed. Like the cops were like, are we arresting her? Are we
I know.
doing this?
The cops on duty at the game were like, that seems viable. I think
We'll
we might
talk to
have
her
to
after.
talk to her about this.
Yeah.
Warning at least.
But this team is fantastic in a sense that they actually play a really good possession game. And like if they dump the puck in, it's with purpose. And the retrieval is with purpose as well. And a lot of force. So I like the way they're playing. I like the way they're put together. I feel like maybe the approach was just very simple. Nothing confusing. I'm going to assume maybe Chris Spar asked what the systems were last year. Let's try and keep it close, but we're going to add or tweak a thing or two here because like for a brand new coach to come in and have this team look so together the way they are, I'm impressed. So I have to give him props. He's done a good job with this team. And look, this might all come crashing down in the new year. I have no idea. But so far to date, I am very impressed with the way this team's been playing.
And when you have veterans like Keller, who we just
Mm-hmm.
can't say enough good things about, like Frankel, who I think is a pretty big guiding presence in the room, like you've already got the framework together. Like it's
100%.
like you just kind of got to get in, start the car.
And we talk about, the life of the Boston Fleet and like what they bring. You hear Jill Saunier say it, being traded here breathed life back into my hockey career. It made me
That was the sweetest thing ever.
Made
Like
me
that was
fall in
one
love
of the
with hockey
sweetest
again.
things. She said, oh my gosh. And then she threw in a little go Fleet at the end. Like Jill
I know.
Saunier is one of the cutest. I'm so happy to see her thriving in Boston. We say it all the time.
What a
She's so
goal.
Boston, so fitting there. It's such a Boston goal. It's such a Jill Saunier goal.
Yeah.
And like everything about it. It's one of my favorite player fits in the league.
Gigi Marvin broke it down perfectly. It was such a great hockey play. The way she lifted her stick and protected the puck first and then pulled it back and back in. And like, it was just
Yeah. I love listening to
perfection.
Gigi's analysis. Let me just say that. I don't know if I've ever shouted this out on the pod before, but
No,
Gigi
shout
has
her
so
out.
much great stuff to say.
Good.
I love her analysis. She's been so good on those Boston games.
Vancouver's probably not going to want to watch this game back. Julia.
Yeah, I was just going to say, what do you want to say about the Vancouver GoldenEyes, who, of course, have a lot of room to put this thing together, but headed into the first international break here, find themselves in the basement, the team that everyone kind of thought was a super team coming into the year.
I said it before and I'll say it again. These two teams, Vancouver and Seattle, are not going to be great until midway through the season. 10 games in, maybe. I'll give them, but Vancouver is just proof that like reps matter. And it's just like in broadcasting, Julia, like when you first start out, it's really hard. And the way your boss or whoever is managing you helps you out is get you reps. And you have to figure out ways yourself to get reps, like talking to yourself in the car, things like that. This team needs just like time on ice together. Forget all of the outside, like let's go do an event together and have fun and get to know one another. They know each other, okay? This was a trip. They're cool. Get them on the ice and just run through reps until they're blue in the face and they're like, we get it. We don't want to do this anymore. And it's like, good. Now you're not thinking about it. Now you guys are all just doing, your timing's there. Everything's clicking. We're cruising. And I'm not saying to like skate them. I'm saying to put them through game-paced practice over and over and over again. The same things, repetitiveness. Going back and getting a puck, breaking it out. Back pressure, steal the puck, turn and go the other way. Timing. Where are people turning? What are people's habits? They need to get used to this. And it's very obvious that none of them are used to it. Brian Nadolski even said after the game, we just need time together. Like we got to start putting practices together.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. And you know what? It's time to make hay for the Vancouver GoldenEyes, honestly, because they're headed home for Saturday's game. And then there's the break. But their next 4 games against New York, Ottawa, Montreal, Minnesota, all at home. So they got pretty much the whole second half of December.
No excuse.
At home. That's a ton of practice time. I'm sure they'll do some practices during the break with the players that are around. Like that's a lot of time at home that I think will be good for them. But then they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the road. So this is like they got to put it together in this stretch that they have in the second half of December.
Take advantage of it.
Yeah,
take advantage of it. And like people will be like, oh, they didn't have their first line center. It's like, yeah, Sarah Nurse is gone. But look at Minnesota in years past. It's just next player up. Who's next? You're all good. You're good enough to be here. The other thing about Vancouver's game that I'm not impressed with and I don't like is their puck management right now. They like to just dump the puck in and skate away from it. And it's like, if you're just going to give the other team possession, like, why are you playing? Do you not want this puck? Like, dump it in with purpose. I understand at Aganis it was weird because there was benches on opposite sides, but like, it doesn't matter. If you're looking, you're like, oh man, I'm dumping it into nothing. Okay, well then don't dump it in. Skate it in and pin it on the boards and wait for fresh legs to come out if you're so tired and kick it to them or whatever it may be. Punch it out to them. But like the dump in and change and like just let Megan Keller go back there and line things up. No, thank you. Don't do that. Turn back and give it back to your D. Changing, cool. Yeah. We'll sort it out. You got great D that can handle this. You got Bell, you got Todd, you got Channel Watkins, you got a lot of D that can manage going D to D for a couple minutes and withstanding some pressure and then allowing fresh legs to come out and regrouping. So that's my ick with Vancouver right now is stop throwing the puck away and giving up possession.
Yeah. Like I mentioned, they're this middle of the ice in front of their net. Like if you look at any of the charts, it just looks wild. Like
thank God for MASH.
For the holiday season. But I feel bad I'm starting to feel bad for MASH at this point. I'm like, someone help our girl out. Like MASH is, please. Like she honestly, she deserves better than what she's getting right now. Like she just, like her numbers and her win, like it should all be better. She has been playing really well. Like I there hasn't been a goal this season where I was like, oh MASH, like not one.
Yeah.
So
that's fair. I
honestly have been feeling for her because I know that's a tough spot to be in as a goalie. But like when you got a goalie that great, again, for Vancouver, like so much time to turn this thing around. Games at home here.
Yeah.
So hopefully they could find a way to do that.
All right. The game that almost did us in.
The game that did do me in. I'm not going to sit here and lie on the podcast. I did fall asleep during the third period, woke up confused as hell after the third. And then I went back and I was like, whoa, that was absolutely wild.
Yeah.
We know what Seattle's goal song is.
Hey, finally. You're
Little
so happy
Paramore.
about it.
Yeah, I was. You know what really bothered me? Like, it's not their fault. They didn't score in the home opener. It happens. But like, then they had such a great goal song. Like, we love a little Paramore. We love a little. I don't know. It's kind of like punk. What would you call that? Punk. Is it punk rock?
Punk
rock. I feel so dumb saying
weird?
that, but I think it is punk rock. I have no idea.
What genre is Paramore?
What is Misery Business by Paramore? Is it punk rock?
It says alternative indie. Oh no, it says pop punk, emo, and alternative rock.
Okay, everybody's scared to say punk rock, but is that it? I have no idea.
It's 3: pop, punk, emo, and alternative rock.
Well, it's an excellent song for a goal song. I have to say that. And oh my gosh, was it ever well worth the wait? Should we go right to the end of the game right now and those crazy three or anything from it was a pretty physical game.
Yeah, Seattle really made their fans wait for this one, hey? And I love that like majority of them all stayed because like the game was winding down and it wasn't looking good for them. It was 1-0 New York and New York was pressuring, but the turning point, if you will, of this game was unfortunately COURTNEY'S hit in the corner. And
what did you think of that?
It's a very dangerous play. Absolutely not. Don't do that.
It's just a really bad spot. Anything a foot away from the boards, like just don't make a hit there. And I think that's where the word, like it honestly wasn't that different from the Greco one against Ottawa last week. Like just, you got to pull up there. If a players have to be putting themselves in better spots too, I think. Like
you can engage and
the
ride them in.
Yeah.
You don't need to jab them, right?
Yeah.
You engage and ride them in.
Yeah.
But don't go chucking people in the corner. Like very dangerous. And 5-minute major and puts her team on the penalty kill. And this is what happens when, I feel like Seattle, there was still some disconnectedness, if you will, but like they were still managing to put some things together. And there's stuff where I was like, okay, I see it coming. There's something happening here. You guys you're working through it. You're massaging this. I get it. Niter had some chances. But at the end there, my gosh, that PP and the players that ended up putting it in, everyone was all over Alex Carpenter. She was like every interview. I felt so bad because there's nothing more that Alex Carpenter wants to do less than talk into a microphone for a broadcast. And she did a lot. So props to her. And she probably had a little chip on her shoulder. Like, you ain't going to protect me, New York? Fine. Chew on this. Scores the game tying goal. This is a part that I loved. I was talking to our girl, Ashley McClellan. We were watching the game just going back and forth. And she said, did you see that? Did you see Barnes? And I said, yeah. Barnes rallied the troops after that goal.
Oh, yeah.
She gave it the, hey, there is still time here. We are on the power play. Let's end it.
You could see her in this. She said, I think she was saying 2 more. Let's get 2 more. I don't know. I was trying to read her lips, but I think that's what she was saying. I'm not sure.
Leader. That is a leader. And I remember she had a mic'd up moment or whatever. She's always John and talking out there, and I love it. But when she played for Montreal, I always noticed whenever there was a face-off or a little bit of timeout or whatever, she was always calling plays.
Yeah.
Always. She's always cooking something up. So you can't sleep on Barnes or this team anymore now that Barnesy's talking life into them.
Yes.
Hilary Knight, that effort on its own earned you a win. Never mind your team. I was just like, yes, Hilary. Like, that made me so happy. It wasn't like a 1 whack, maybe 2. It was like, she was on the side of the net. She stood there and she literally looked at Bilka and was like, hit me. Like, legit hit me with the puck. That's what players do. They post up next to the post on the side to get hit by the puck or a rebound, and then they just whack it in. Offside, right? She wasn't tied up. No one was on her. Bilka places it perfect. Osborne, amazing first save and second save and third save.
Yeah.
Nighter on her knees whacking at it. You know, you saw Carp come in, whacking at it on the side of the net. Goal. Nighter finally pushes it in, arm up, like half broken on the ground. I was just like, what? The place hadn't even finished cheering about the first goal yet. I think they were just announcing.
It was so sick. 22 seconds apart. Like, you know, Hilary, when it's time for a game-winning goal, is
the coolest.
Gonna step up. I was just looking at game-winning goal leaders. Pooh is the leader all time with 8, then Tapani with 7, and then Spooner, Stacy, and Knight all have 6 game-winning goals in PWHL history. Aren't those characters like, yeah,
of course.
Honestly, if you were to guess who had the most game winners,
if you had to ask, those would be the players people would say.
You would have said those characters.
100%.
And I love like something about the way that you can always make the caption, Hilary Knight says good night. It's the best.
It's the best. Thank you, Hilary. Yeah. Thank you for writing that for us. The other thing I learned in this game was that Seattle's got a problem, Julia. They got a goalie problem.
It's a good problem.
It's a great problem to have.
It's a problem that like most teams in the PW want to have. It's a problem that the championship team the last 2 years has just like absolutely been doing the salsa with. Yeah,
they got bit by the goalie bug. Yeah. Hannah Murphy, pardon us, sweetheart, but like my goodness.
She was unreal.
A freaking game.
Yep.
And like the fact that one got popped in on her early and she was like, don't care.
Yeah.
Don't even care. That's not happening again here. Team. She gave her team the opportunity to do what they did as good goaltenders do at the end of the game. Specifically in the second period, she was lights out. Like, between her and Mash, neither of them should be buying a drink.
Never.
Ever. Like those performances to me, albeit one ended up in a win and the other did not, but like, man, these tendies were doing work and looked beautiful. And this was like her debut on home ice, which is cooler. Getting the win in front of your fans, the first win in front of your fans. Amazing. And regulation. Didn't even go to OT.
Yes. So important in this league. Once we get to playoff time, regulation wins.
Barnes knew that.
Yep.
We're not going overtime. We're ending this. Tessa and Julia are up way too late. Julia's sleeping on the couch right now. I know it. Tessa's folding
mouth open, drooling.
Loads of laundry, trying to stay awake right now. Let's just end it for him.
Yeah.
What a thoughtful person.
That was a nice goal by Peyton Levis in the first, though.
It was. And it was a great play by Jinsey Rose. I will say that. Okay. This got me because I was like, okay, so it was a great play. Jinsey Rose skating down, really being a threat, threatening to take it to the net. Kind of, you think she's going to curl around the net and then dishes it perfectly to Peyton Levis in front. Just a nice little fluffer pass. Levis gets on it, hits a little bit of Osborne, but it's a hard enough shot that it goes in, right? Perfect.
Yeah.
What a play. After that, I found New York was just like trying to make those nice passes all of the time. When it's like, why aren't you shooting? Shoot. Like, you're not going to score if you're not putting this thing on net.
Yeah.
There was like there were moments where I was just like yelling at my TV, and I constantly have to remind myself, saying like, it's easier here. Like, it's a fast game out there. But like, if I'm on the bench, if I'm a forward coach, D coach, any coach, really, video coach, or even other players, like, we're all watching this, right? Guys, throw the puck on net. Please, for the love of God, stop making those fluffy, half-assed passes across the ice.
Yeah. You're not going to beat too many goalies in this league
None.
clean.
Shoot for a shot pass, get a juicy rebound for that player that you want to pass across to. Do it that way. Way easier.
Yep. Yeah.
Net'll be
That's what
wide
you need.
open, one touch in the net, boom, game over. High fives, ride the train, go by the bench. That's what happens. Simple hockey.
Simple hockey. Simple hockey. So Seattle takes down the New York Sirens 2-1. Huge comeback for them in the dying seconds of the third period. They get 2 goals in 22 seconds to win that one.
Yep.
We were talking a little bit about the perfect fit for Jill Saunier in Boston. Well, this is
Yeah.
another player who I think
Hell yeah.
is just absolutely perfect for the Boston Fleet. And this interview is brought to you by Sober Carpenter, the official non-alcoholic beer of the PWHL. Brewed for those who love beer without the hangover. This player is just such a good time and such a fun person. And we get into the stories a little bit of the time we've spent together in the interview, so I won't spoil it too much. Here is Liz Schepers. She scored back-to-back Walter Cup winning goals.
Crazy.
Here she is from the Boston Fleet.
Go Bucks.
All right, we got a fun one for you today. You love her on the ice and you're about to fall in love with her off the ice. It's Liz Schepers of the Boston Fleet. How we doing, Liz? Thanks for coming on with us.
Hi, guys. Yeah, thanks for having me.
First off, go Bucks.
That's right.
Yeah, I guess we have to get that out of the
I
way.
know, baby. We
Yep,
managed to get it
yep.
literally after your last Walter Cup win, when we had that moment together with the OH thing.
Yeah.
Muzz texted me immediately, and she was like, "I knew it. I knew you guys would."
Yeah.
I'm like, "How could we not, man?"
Exactly.
You know,
Always repping.
too much fun. You are. I feel like it's crazy that you ended up at Ohio State because you are so Minnesota through and through. It's kind of crazy. Usually on this pod, Liz, we start with like everyone's origin story and how, you know, hockey and themselves fell in love and where it all began. But like for you who had a grandpa that played in the NHL for 16 years, I feel like it's obvious. But I mean, confirm or deny, your grandpa had a huge part in you strapping on the skates and becoming this iconic hockey player for young ladies today.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was so, I didn't even realize it at the time really that it was a big deal and that what he did was so
Really?
cool. 'Cause it was just my grandpa and like the stories he'd share was just like, those are stories your grandpa tells. And then, you know, obviously gained a lot of appreciation for that as I got older and picked his brain a lot as I was going through high school and all that. So, and obviously still somebody I think about every time I get on the ice for sure.
That's crazy because like your grandpa was like often just right behind Johnny Busick in scoring with the Bruins when he
Yeah.
played with the Bruins. So like it's like kind of a big deal and to you. And then like he went on and played with the Leafs and he had an awesome career as a player as well. But then he coached and was a scout as well. And he ended up coaching with the North Stars, which is like just so
Mm.
wickedly awesome. Minnesota as well. So like what kind of stories was he throwing around at Christmas around the bonfire, maybe just even at the dining table when you guys were having family dinners? Like, I can't even
Yeah.
imagine the stuff that you were just subconsciously absorbing as a kid that helped you today.
Yeah, it was really special. You know, obviously he had an unbelievable career playing with superstars and in a time when the league had so many like iconic players. Like he played with Gordie Howe for a season, Bobby Orr's first season with the Bruins, like so cool. But everything that he always talked about went back to the friendships that he had and like how his teammates were still his best friends like for the rest of his life. And I think that is something as I've gotten older that's really been important to me as well and something I've tried to also really value.
So when you first started playing hockey, like, do you remember, did you feel any sort of pressure? Like, oh my gosh, I got to be really good at this. I got kind of a family name going here.
Yeah.
Actually, not at all. And I think that's like the coolest thing. And like, I'm so grateful to like my family for that because they love the game because I love the game. And, you know, I wanted to play. I'm the one saying I we got to get to the rink. I got practice. Like, I want to play in this tournament. And they just love to follow me and support me in that. But I know the day I said I was done with it and I wasn't having fun, they would have, been okay with that as well. So I'm super fortunate that way.
I know your mom's dual. Are you dual?
No. Yeah, both
No?
my mom's parents were born outside of Toronto. So I still have a ton of cousins up there too.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
How did she make her way down south?
When my grandpa was playing with the North Stars. So that was his final, that's where they decided to kind of settle down. My mom was actually born in Boston, my mom and my uncle, when my grandpa was with the Bruins and all that stuff. So it's really been like a full circle thing for us. It's really cool.
That is the coolest. You're touching all the spots your grandpa played.
Yeah,
that's wild.
Isn't it crazy? Yeah.
Yeah. Did your sister play too, I feel like, Emily?
Yep. So we played together all growing up and through high school and all that. She didn't play past high school, but I think that's what's so special about growing up in Minnesota too. It's like when you're playing with your community, you're playing with the friends you've had since you were 5 years old. Like in my case, playing with my family was really special and a ton of fun for my whole family.
Yeah, what's it like to go through it with your sister? I can't imagine. And
we're very different.
Yeah, okay, that's the read we've gotten.
Yeah, we played on a line together my senior year, so, and we went to the state tournament, we had a great time, we had a lot of success, but it is funny because she is, so go with the flow, there for the vibes, loves the game because she loves her buddies, and, she's competitive as well, but, is total locker room vibe girl, and I'm like, "We're winning this game." You need to head on straight, start backchecking and pass me the puck.
Yeah.
Checking and pass me the puck.
You were the one that was making sure the team won the game and she was the one organizing the after party kind of thing?
Yeah. Yes, that is perfectly sums it up.
Because she is one of the gals. I was talking to a couple of the ladies on the Buckeyes and they're like, "Oh, Emily's just one of the gals. Like she didn't play on the team, but she was on the team." I was like, "Wait, what? What do you mean?" And they're like, "They're not alike at all." And I'm like, "Really?" And they were like, "Yeah, they don't even really look alike. We don't know if they're related." And I was like, "Come on." And then I sat back. I'm like, "That's exactly me and my sister. That's the same thing."
Yeah, it's really funny. She definitely left her mark at Ohio State. Probably more the parents ask where Emily is when I see him. Everybody wants to know where the party's at. Usually with her.
So where did she go to college?
She went to school in Wisconsin, at Wisconsin Stout, a smaller branch of the Wisconsin system, and but I do think she probably spent more time in Columbus than at her own campus.
That's what I was
Can't blame her.
She was honorary.
No, she figured it out.
Yeah. Do you wear contacts?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I saw a picture of you way back in the day where you were wearing your glasses. Did you ever pull the Sarah Nurse and keep them on under your helmet?
No, I was flying blind. Yeah.
You actually did that? You could do that?
Yeah, I'm farsighted, so I think that helped me. So it
Who
was
needs to see
mostly
the score?
for reading at first, and then my eyes just got worse and worse. So it's an all-the-time thing now.
Oh,
Okay, you had to commit to it eventually.
Yeah, I
That's
couldn't do the
hilarious.
goggles though.
No, it got to a point where honestly, it was the same thing with me, except I was calling games. I just had the glasses for in class sometimes. And then eventually it was like, oh my gosh, I really can't. I don't know who's out there right now. The last names and the numbers, I can't do this. I remember being at a Leafs game in first year university and thinking, yeah, this is it. I need glasses.
Yeah.
Minnesota girl, so many iconic Minnesota schools. Can you tell us how you wound up at Ohio State, even though we know it's a great spot to land?
Yep. No regrets whatsoever. Yeah, I mean, my recruiting process was, I feel, pretty unique especially for the time. When I was in high school, it was so many girls committing to their schools, as a freshman, in 8th grade, and that just wasn't
you were that time. That was yucky, hey? Did that feel gross?
It was crazy. I remember, I took my official visit at Ohio State as a senior, was not committed with, all these girls that have been committed to this school for, 4 or 5 years, and I'm like, how, I'm trying to figure this out, but yeah, so I didn't commit to Ohio State until the fall of my senior year, which again, yeah, was pretty, unheard of at the time. And yeah, just kind of never looked back. Really fortunate that Muzz, took the chance on me, and we had a ton of fun over those 5 years.
Do you remember the first time your dad met Coach Muzz?
I thought that might come up today. I do. So
Go
again, so
on.
my recruiting process was pretty late in it. So my parents didn't even get to campus. Like, they were there for my orientation and then didn't meet anybody around the team until our first home series. So we win our games. We're had like a little team party at a restaurant down the street. Everybody's getting to know each other, chatting. And my dad turns to Muzz and goes, "So what number are you?" And I'm like, I'll pack my stuff. This has been fun.
No, that must have been an honor, right?
And
Well,
now,
I would
yeah,
take
looking
that.
back now, I'm like, that might have got me a couple more minutes the next weekend.
Yeah, exactly. Hindsight, like when
But
you're in
I
college,
was
it probably felt like the worst.
mortified.
What did Muzz say? She must have eaten that right up,
Oh
Bill,
man, I
just
don't
pulling
know
out
if
all
I
the stops,
remember.
eh?
Yeah, I don't remember that much, but I know the girls gave me a hard time for that one for a while.
That's
That's
so
so good.
good. It's great though because she was a legendary player back when she played at University of Minnesota.
Oh
So
yeah.
I mean, she probably got talking about the good old days
Yeah,
donning the
but let me
Gophers
tell you,
jersey.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
exactly.
Did he like Muzz so much that he named your cat after her?
No, that's that so that's kind of another funny full circle thing too, and I didn't tell any of my teammates about this cat because it's so bizarre, but my
You
grandpa's
kept the cat
nickname
a
actually,
secret?
yeah, the name at least.
It had to
The
be a
cat's name
secret.
is Muzz, like Muzzy, um, but not after Coach Muzz. It was actually my grandpa's nickname when he played. So another
No
funny, like,
way.
weird full circle kind of thing. So he was always
That's
Muzz, and we're like, "That's,
crazy.
like, a great name," so we used it, and then it became my coach, and it got a little weird.
So the cat existed before you were going to
Yeah,
Ohio or anything to that effect. Okay,
the
so that
cat
makes
is
it
still kicking and, like,
Really?
has to be 18 years old. Yeah.
that's
What color of a
amazing.
cat is it?
Gray.
A gray
Yeah,
cat.
gray and white
I don't know
cat,
the
yeah.
names of cats, like cat
Oh,
types.
oh,
I think
me
they are just
neither.
colors. I agree. You nailed it.
Yeah, like dogs have
Yeah.
like their types of dogs, like the wiener dog and whatever.
Mhm.
Cats, I'm always like,
It's
is it an
just
orange
cats.
one? I like the orange cats.
Orange
Yeah, no,
cats are the
he's a
best.
great
They're
cat.
kind of crazy.
Mhm.
Gray cats, very wise. I like gray cats a lot too. I
Clearly
love the
has
fact that his name is
survival
Muzzy.
instincts. Because
Yeah. Used
Yeah.
up all 9. Maybe
yeah,
not. We don't know. There might be 3
yeah,
left.
we'll see.
You never do know. So aside from your dad thinking your head coach was a teammate, can you tell us about the transition to Ohio State and college a bit?
Yeah, absolutely. It was Muzzy's second year with the program and kinda when she started to really, like, make her mark on it and transition the program into, what it's become now. So it was super intense, like, um, definitely a wake-up call coming from high school and all that, and you're playing with girls that are, 5 years older than you, 4 years older than you, and we really wanted to, like, nail the culture down early, and, that was a huge focus for that first year, and it wound up getting us to the Frozen Four for the first time, so, ton of great memories there. Definitely taught me a lot about how to be a pro, and kinda what's expected of you at a place like Ohio State, and I, again, can't say enough about what that has done for my whole career and my literally my life, like, with all the amazing friends and families I've met.
I feel like people think I just talk up all the Buckeyes in the league all the time because I am a Buckeye, but, like, what is it about, Muzz's coaching style that translates so well into the PW? Because there are so many of you look, there's players from a ton of different universities in the league, but for whatever reason, you Buckeyes seem to transition so seamlessly into the game and be immediate contributors.
Yeah, it's been really cool. Like, I love keeping up with those girls, and I'm always rooting for them when I'm not playing against them and all that. Just like the expectations that she sets and the accountability level that's there. And yeah, just the work that we put in there. It's been incredible to see the program continue to grow and then everybody transition to the PWHL so well. Um, but it's absolutely the standard she sets, and in terms of the work we're doing on the ice, off the ice, like the resources of medical stuff, nutrition, like you really have anything you can ask for there. And again, it just teaches you how to be a pro.
I want to hear about the fitness regime. Like I've heard Muzz is insane. Do you have any like
Yeah.
specific stories about insane fitness trials?
Yeah, it's been I feel like that's kind of become what we've known for is like how
Yeah.
hard we skate. Like every day it's like something's on the list where we're getting on the line or we're doing the boards or something like that. But that's how we had to play for those first couple of years because we were never, until maybe my junior year, we were not the most skilled team. Like we found success because we grinded really hard and we were really fit. And so that's what we took a lot of pride in. And yeah, we would do summer workouts were crazy. We were running 300-yard shuttles. We had what they called 5-set Fridays. So like every exercise you're doing like 5 by 10. Like it was crazy. But again, it brings you closer as a group too because you're all going through it together and makes the wins a little sweeter too.
Did you ever touch every stair in St. John's Arena?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
You guys did that too? Great.
Yeah,
Glad that got continued.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, in
Ah,
the heat of summer too, you're dripping and just
yeah.
trying to stay on your feet at that point.
Breathing in 5 pounds of dust every time. You mentioned
Yes.
you mentioned your junior year. What was it? Because that year you popped off in terms of points. So what was it that,
Yeah.
kind of switched or who flipped the switch?
Yeah, we had a really great summer going into that year, and a really strong class coming into, and then um, that's when I kind of got moved to center more full time, playing with Emma and Tatum, and um, yeah, we just kind of had a little bit of lightning in a bottle there, and went on a really fun run, and I was able to play with them for the next season as well, and can't say enough about like what they did for me in my game and like confidence wise and the way we were able to kind of complement each other. And yeah, and then by that time too, again, like that culture and the expectation of like what it takes to be a great team was really nailed down. And that's also the season we won our first WCHA tournament in crazy games as well, back to back overtimes. And yeah, I don't know. That's a year that I will like always look back on as like a turning point for me personally, for the program. Like it was a lot of fun.
Was that the year you broke your wrist and had to get
No,
surgery?
that was the next one. Yeah. That yeah.
So this story's insane, Julia, because like I laugh, but then at the same time I'm like, okay. So you broke your wrist. Was it in the Frozen Four?
I broke my wrist in the WCHA tournament of my
Yeah.
like true senior year, like prior to my 5th year is my 4th season. I broke it in the WCHA tournament and then had surgery
Got
thereafter, and then we were in the national tournament that year.
Yeah, and I was told like after they picked you up from you couldn't even walk. They were like wheeling you out because you were like all drugged up from the
Yeah,
surgery and stuff. And they're like, "All right, Livs, pack your bags. We got games in Erie." And like you
yeah,
played 3 days later.
yeah. It was crazy. So we had the
How'd you play?
WCHA tournament. I came back. I had surgery maybe on like the Tuesday or something, and then we were playing maybe it was a weird year because it was like the COVID tournament. So like we were playing during the week. I think we were playing the next Tuesday. So I had my like day off and then I just started skating and um, they really patched me up. There was a lot of hardware in there. So I knew I wasn't gonna, obviously break it again and just a matter of if I could be functional and we made it work. So
How?
Wow. How? Yeah, like how did you?
well,
And was
shout
this
out
the
Kevin,
year
our
that you
athletic
won it all
trainer for
too?
that. No, 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 no.
Okay.
We lost to Wisconsin in the Frozen Four that year. Yeah, it was all padded up. Like I started trying to move my hand as much as possible, and thankfully it was my bottom hand, so I just kind of had to lean on it every once in a while. But yeah,
Yeah.
it was wild. It was like a fever dream.
Was there any chance that you weren't going to play, or was it always that you were going to play?
I I knew I wasn't gonna be the reason I wasn't gonna play. Like if somebody
Fair.
said, "Yeah, you can go out there and try," like, I'm gonna go out there and try. And I was cleared the morning of the game. So, like, it was also great when we were watching the selection show, like, seeing when we're playing all this stuff. Okay, we had, like, the latest possible quarterfinal. So I'm like, "Great, that's it." Like, I have as much time as I could have, like, to
Right.
try to make this work. And yeah, yeah, it was crazy.
So what was it that you broke and had surgery on that you were able to do this? Did you still have a cast on
Yeah.
in your glove?
No, I wasn't casted. So I broke my radius. And then they did a plate and screws and all that. And then basically said, like, as soon as you can start moving your hand and your wrist, like, you're free to do it. Like, it's not going anywhere. So a
Oh
ton of
my
ice, a lot of
God.
ibuprofen. Like, yeah. And again, shout out to Kevin, our athletic trainer, for trusting me on that when I
For all the
probably
drugs.
took years off his life.
No kidding. I've got sweaty palms just thinking of it.
Yeah.
That's so I'm EBGB with that stuff.
Yeah, it was fun.
And then you guys did end up winning the national championship eventually. So for yourself, because you were a part of that whole transition where Ohio State went from just Ohio State to quite literally the Ohio State University. And
Yeah.
like, you guys are the
Did you think
empire.
of that line beforehand? That
Did
was
not.
good.
Didn't.
That was really good, Tess.
Thank
I gotta
you.
give you that one.
Appreciate it. To like the empire that it is now and like the go-to spot and like the legend of Muzz. So how cool was it to like be a part of that process? And that win had to have been so special. Like, did you even go to class after you won? I would not have.
Oh no. Oh no.
No. You dropped out of school. That's what I would have done. I'd be like,
It's
all right, my
so
time
Yeah,
here's
more or
done.
less. Yeah. I'm like, I've got one of my degrees. I'm like, I got what I came for. No, that season was unbelievable. Like, it was kind of, so it was the first year of like the 5th years, and like that's kind of when the transfer train kind of started going. So we were really like, this could go either way. Like, we can see, like, we're bringing in a ton of new people. Like, we need to get them on the same page as fast as possible, basically. Like, really commit to the culture, buy in. Like, you're going to be playing different roles than you played where you were previously. Like, and we had girls that just were all in on it and like didn't skip a beat, and it was like they've been there for 5 years as well. So but to be there back when we were, below 500, like scrapping to make the tournament, and then we get a conference championship, and then finally to get to the top and to be national champions was unbelievable. And like the best part, I think, of my like experience and like the era that I was there was that we never lost like the excitement of like winning those big games. Like, yeah, it became expected, and like that can kind of take some of like the hype off of it. But that season especially, we really made sure to like focus on celebrating every win and like not taking stuff like that for granted, because it was not always the case for Ohio State. Like,
Yeah.
we wanted to make
Well,
sure
and
that
you knew
we
that. So that's why they probably
appreciated
still
it.
felt so good, right?
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah. I really like the most fun I've ever had was with those girls.
What was the celebration like?
So fun. It was so fun. Yeah, we got home on like a Sunday night from Penn State, and like the next morning we had all of our families were still like, because it's really hard to get to Penn State. So a lot of our families flew into Columbus and rented cars and drove. So they all made their way back, and we were at the varsity club across from the rink. We had a party
Nice.
at our house. Like, it was like all of our favorite people, everybody that made it happen, were together for a good like 48 hours, and we kept it going after that too. But those first couple days were really special.
And I think like even as a teacher, like or a prof or something, and like you realize one of your students won a national championship, it'd be like, okay, like I will not be seeing you for a
Yeah,
while.
exactly.
Like it's okay. You're still gonna get
For
your
sure.
B.
Yeah. Thankfully, it's a big enough school where we can maybe fly under the radar a little bit there too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They won't
those big
notice too many empty
lectures.
seats.
That's true.
So,
Yeah.
I heard you guys got some tats. Would you guys get tatted up and where?
we did get tats. It's so funny. So throughout the playoffs, like we kind of adopted like the ride the wave mentality. So we went on a really great run, like towards the end of the year. Like, I don't know, I think we won our last 10 games or something. So we're riding the wave. Like, that just kind of became our thing. And so a huge group of us after that were like, wave tattoos, we have to do it. Like, so yeah, we got a couple of girls with them on their ribs, on their feet. Like, so it's always a nice
Where's
little
yours?
reminder when you see that on my ribs. Yeah.
On your ribs.
Oh,
Did
that's
you
a
go
good
to
one.
Did you go to Two's on Main Street? Is it still there? Like where 16th comes to an end? It's like a roundabout. It's like right near I forget that burger joint. No, you didn't go to Two's where it's like you go down the stairs and one side is a bar and the other side is a tattoo parlor?
No. Might have to make a trip.
They went somewhere sanitary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where they don't serve food and beverages and also ink your body.
They serve dollar beer, dollar bombs on Tuesday, Julia.
Oh my god.
Can you get like a discount if you include a
Dollar
tattoo?
tat, yeah.
Probably how I got mine.
That's hilarious. Liz, like, can you share who was the MVP of that week when it came to the celebrations?
Oh, who was the MVP of that week?
I have a picture
feel
of
like
you
you'd
in
be heavy
guards
in
and she's in a
contention.
trunk.
Jan was, yeah. I don't know. I think I made it to. We all also got COVID like 3 days into the celebration and had to like postpone. So
Oh,
that got
that's
us into a
tough.
little bit of trouble. But Biz was a good one. She was always down for whatever was going on. Trying to think of who else. Obviously, like all those seniors, like Peyton was great. Like Sophie is always again around for whatever's going on. Like
Snacking on pizza.
yeah. So we had a ton of fun.
That's awesome. I love it. I feel like all the players you've named. It's nice to see Madison Bazal back in the league, by the way, as
I'm
well.
pumped for her. Yeah.
Yeah. But all those players have just like who we've had on have been hilarious and are obviously great contributors when we reach out and ask for a couple stories and whatnot. So it's kind of
I
cool
thought
to
they
know
might
that
be, yeah.
yeah, that you guys get to face off against each other. Like, is there a point when you travel? And obviously, there's a ton of connections in the league, and without, I always say hockey's like the most incestuous spider web ever because
Yeah.
of all the connections. But do you guys actually like get to go out and enjoy time together, like maybe a dinner before game day, or is it straight business where you're like, I'm gonna hate you just for 2 days, and then we can hug at the end?
Yeah, I feel like it's pretty business until after the game. And if it just
Mm.
depends on the travel schedule if we're able to connect and see each other. But we definitely make an effort to chat like every week. We have a bunch of group messages and so we're always keeping up with each other and seeing how things are going.
You guys got a
Nice.
fiery group chat.
Yeah,
Dig
we
it.
do.
Everyone needs
Yeah.
a fiery group chat.
Yeah.
Tessa, you even still fire group chats, fire text into like your 2010 group chat. Like
I
some of
do.
those group chats are
It's the
so
best.
iconic.
Yeah,
It is the best.
There's
Or
nothing
obviously,
better than one that's active. Yeah.
dude, I have one from my days at Ohio State. Don't do the math, but it was a
Yeah.
little while ago. And it still gets fired. Like as soon as season starts, it fires
Yeah.
up. Like when you guys made it to, won your WCHA championship, made to the Frozen Four, like it was popping off. And it was like cool to get that going again. It's nice. It's fun.
It's so fun.
Yeah, and it just allows us to bring back, old stuff on people and have a good laugh. I actually play
Yeah.
I play hockey Tuesday nights with my Shirley girlies. One of them, Jana Harrigan, she was a Buckeye when I
Oh,
went
yeah.
there. So it's fun to
Absolutely.
have those connections and that stuff. So I'm glad y'all ladies do that. When your season came or when your NCAA career came to an end, was it kind of like, were you up in the air? Do I want to get a job and be serious? Or did you have an idea that, women's hockey was on the precipice of something great that you had to stay in it? What was the feeling?
Yeah, it was kind of a weird time. It was what ended up being the last season of the PHF. But I was like very torn between continuing playing and going to physical therapy school, which is what
Mm.
like my undergrad was health sciences and I took all like the prereqs to do that. I'd been accepted to a school and had already deferred to stay at Ohio State for my 5th year. And then when, the time came around again to figure out what I was going to do, I just wasn't ready to hang him up. And obviously I'm really glad that I stuck with it. And so yeah, that was definitely like the big decision to make. And my family was super supportive and I think they wanted me to keep playing as well because they, love supporting me and following me around to all these crazy places. And it was definitely like a stressful decision to make at the time.
Yeah. Or did you move back home with your roommates, your parents?
I moved back home. I stayed in Columbus that summer to like keep training and all
Yeah.
that. And then went back home when I was playing with the Whitecaps and I got an apartment in Minnesota closer to the rink. And then from there, this happened and yeah, kind of the rest is history.
Yeah. Can you kind of tell us about that transition? Like, maybe compare and contrast. I know the PHF did a lot in terms of
Mhm.
setting the foundation for what was to exist with the PWHL, but can you compare and contrast like the differences and the step up in professionalism to the PWHL and maybe walk us through that time too, because I'm sure it was stressful to you guys. You just didn't really know what was happening when the league folded.
Yeah, it was insane. Yeah, I'm really grateful for the time I had with the Whitecaps. Like, getting to play a year for like a really historic organization in Minnesota, especially. Like I remember cheering for the Whitecaps when I was 10 years old, watching those girls play, and they really like paved the way for all of this, obviously. But to have the resources that we have in the PWHL has been great, and like not have to worry about second job kind of situations, and
Yeah.
really committing full time to like this is the gig, like we're all in, and that just raises the bar for what's expected on the ice, and we keep pushing it, so it's been great.
Love that. It's announced that the PWHL is going to become a thing. The PHF gets bought out, all that stuff. So in your mind, were you like absolutely throwing my name in the hat? Were you nervous on draft day? Did you have an idea of where you wanted to go? Obviously. What were all those emotions like, and what was it like processing them in the moment?
Yeah, it was a lot for sure. Like when that news broke, I was like, now what? You know what I mean? There
Yeah.
wasn't a ton of details after that. Like I had just signed what I thought was going to be, a 2-year contract in Minnesota. And now that's all out the window. Everything's up in the air. So it was definitely stressful. And then draft day rolls around and you just hope to hear your name and give yourself a chance to be in the league. And it worked out really well being able to stay in Minnesota after like coming back and putting some roots down there again. And grateful for my time there. And my family was also pretty pumped.
I'd say.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you about. Like, who was most pumped in your family when you got drafted to
No,
Minnesota?
yeah, probably my dad. My
Yeah.
mom too as well. But like it was great. Like I really I know how fortunate I am to be able to have played at home for those last couple of years, and definitely didn't take it for granted having, friends and family in the stands every single day.
When I asked some people to describe you as like a player and stuff, a lot of that kept coming back up. Something that like kept recurring was like that your heart rate totally doesn't fluctuate at all. You're just like the epitome of steady Eddie. So
Mm.
like, was this always you? Or was this something that a coach taught you growing up? Because clearly it's helped you score some of these massive goals. And in these big moments, I feel like you almost prefer, tight playoff games rather than, a mid-season hockey game.
Yeah, I feel like I've always kind of lived, yeah, like right here, not too high, not too low. Obviously when it's asked, I can bring it on stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. When you get in those like high pressure situations, it's where you want to be. It means it matters. And I've been fortunate to be involved in those kind of moments, like being on the ice playing, especially in what was like a depth role, like to be trusted in those moments, like that's got to give me confidence that my team has me out there, and try to kind of frame it that way instead of kind of letting the moment get too big. So that's paid off for sure.
Yeah, no moment too big. Back to back Walter Cup winning
Seriously.
goals. Obviously,
What?
you love those moments. What should I start by asking? Can I start by asking, do you have a preferred Walter Cup winning goal? Do you like one more than the other?
No, I don't. It was
Come
they were
on.
both special, obviously. The overtime one was pretty sweet and at home as well, to have that place
Right.
going crazy, and everything that came after it. But um I mean, you guys know, like any championship team, like it's not one moment, it's not one play that kind of makes that. It's like that was a grind of a playoff both times, and just happened to be the one that put it in at the end. But it
I don't believe that, not for a minute. Like, if I'm a coach and you're on my team and there's a moment where you absolutely need a goal, I'm putting you out there. Like, you hold the Buckeye single season record with 6 game-winning goals back in the 2019-2020
yeah.
season. Like, there's a reason for this, and I don't know what it is, but it's the coolest stat and the coolest
The
thing.
clutch genes.
There's
Like, you know
gotta
how
be a
Tom
little bit of
Brady, when
luck
they
to it.
measured, his cortisol goes down during really big moments? Like,
Clutch
maybe you
genes.
have that clutch gene.
I'll have to check it out,
Whoa.
maybe. I don't
We'll
know.
do the testing on you,
Yeah,
put you
yeah.
through stressful
Yeah,
situations
give
and
me a
see
call,
the
yeah.
play.
Get her to spin to a cup and send it
Yeah,
into
yeah. I'll
Ancestry.
have the
Tell us
sweat
everything.
patches. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought of though, man, 'cause seriously, there is something to the way that you dial in when the moment
It's
is
crazy.
the biggest.
Yeah, it's fun. Those are the fun games. That's what you
Yeah,
wanna be in, that's where you wanna be, so
yeah, yeah. It's just, yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. The celebration definitely was superior at home, though, to have
Dude,
all those Minnesota
yeah.
fans in the building. We were talking about it before we started recording. Everybody headed down to Tom Reed's after. It felt
dude,
Mhm.
like such a truly Minnesota celebration of
it
your
was
second Walter Cup.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Like, again, some amazing memories, and to be able to share it with that many people is that's what it's about, right? Like, people that helped us get there and supported us the whole way, and yeah, it was great.
I think that's the coolest thing about your team because like I literally got a text. It's funny because I randomly was just pulling up some random text messages to see what kind of stories had been thrown around about some Buckeyes. And I had a text from Sophie Jake's dad and he was like, "Where the heck are you? Get over here. Tom Reed's now." And I was like, "Oh my gosh." And like we literally walked in and like Melissa Channel Watkins was like the first one to give us a big squeeze and like wearing our hat and like we had no space there. We did not belong there, but everyone was
Oh,
like,
come on.
"Yes." Molly
It was so
Panic,
nice.
Maldal was all over us. And it was
Yeah.
just like Kava and Julia were talking about Thunder Bay. Like it was just a cool moment where you guys really just embraced us and let us be a part of your wicked awesome celebration. So I think, that was unique to that team in a sense where
Mhm.
I mean, I can't say for every other team, I can't speak for them because no one else has won except for Minnesota. But I don't know. I feel like Minnesota is just that team that's just like, yeah, man, come on. 2-for-1 drinks at Tom Reed's.
Yeah, there's something to the way you guys really acted as one from the bottom of the lineup to the top of the lineup, like the way your depth was used. There's something about the
Mhm.
way that like it didn't feel like anybody was above anyone else on that roster from
Was
the
that a
outside.
Ken Plee thing or was that, do you think, like a leadership thing in the room?
Yeah, we had a ton of great girls in that group.
Yeah.
And we having the experience of having been there before, we knew it was going to take every single person, and we really leaned into that, and it definitely paid off. Yeah, it was sweet.
But
So, yeah, go.
you're about to
Exactly.
say the same thing. You fit
Go.
so well in Boston.
Yeah.
Like, even though you fit so well in
Yeah.
Minnesota, it just seems like your game and your personality has translated so well to the Boston Fleet. So tell us about going to Boston, kind of how it's been so far.
That choice. Like,
Yeah, well,
that's
thank you. It's been a blast. Like, the girls from day one have been so welcoming, and the staff has been, just the same. And it's been a lot of learning with the new staff and a lot of new faces, but I think that's put us all on the same page, and really the buy-in has been great since day one. So it's been a ton of fun.
is it nice to know that like your career path is like even with like I feel like there's a million full circle moments like with your cat being named
Yeah.
Muzz and then Muzz is your coach. And then, and that's also the nickname of your grandfather and like
Yeah.
all this stuff. Um is it kind of I don't know. Is it weird or crazy to you that like this is kind of synonymous with your grandpa's hockey career and stuff? I don't know. I think it's really neat how your career is kind of like following along. And
Yeah,
there's all
it's
these
it's
cool moments. And this should be a Julia thing because she's more woo woo than I am.
it is kind of woo-woo. That's so
Universe.
funny. Definitely, yeah. It's like something that like my family talks about all the time too, just like how we have these little connections to different places or people, and just I'm definitely not fighting it because he, obviously had an amazing career, and to follow anywhere in those footsteps is a huge honor and a huge challenge also. But always felt a connection to Boston, and yeah, it feels really right to be here, and I'm really excited for what the rest of the season has for us.
Yeah, game one with those sailor hats in the
Dude,
stands. Like, can you give us your
How
reaction to
great!
that? Because we've been
I have a
screaming
couple.
about
I
it.
have them here. There's
Dude,
a
we've
ton
been
in these
begging for these.
offices. It's a
Can you
fun
yeah.
send us
tradition.
2 in the
So,
mail?
yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
take
They were
Everyone
great.
who we've talked to in the last 24 hours, we've asked for those hats. I'm
Yeah,
actually not
no,
kidding.
we'll
They're
make it
so good.
happen.
What
I
did you
I
think
know
of the
the
crowd
only
night 1? I thought it was amazing.
It
yeah.
was great. Yeah, it was electric from the start, like, the intros, everything, all the hats, like, literally the only thing missing was, like, a hat trick just to see them flying, like, onto
Oh,
the
Oh my
ice.
gosh, can
That
you
was the
imagine?
one, yeah, so,
And
um,
have to re-hand them out at the door
imagine
as
that. Yeah.
everybody's walking out.
find your size.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, Liz, I wish you didn't put that in my head. I want it so bad now.
but, no, I just couldn't have imagined a better start to the year, a better welcome to the city, and, we, played really well against a great team, and it's a great way to start the year.
I'd say.
Yeah.
No doubt. I feel like Boston fans are always all bought in. So you left your place in Minnesota to move to Boston. Where are you living?
Yeah, I'm living with a family friend, which has been great, and they've been very generous to take me in, and it's worked out really well.
Yeah, I heard you have a billet family, right? And their daughter, you guys actually kind of just swap spots essentially. Like
Yeah,
she's in
Michaela and
Minnesota
I.
right now at Shattuck.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, I heard she's a stud. What's her name? Jane Daly. She's a stud for the
Jane
US
Daly.
U18 team.
Yep. She's tearing it up at Shattuck, and she's home for Thanksgiving now, so it's been nice to chat with her and talk hockey and pick her brain a little bit too. So she's definitely, I'm sure you guys will have her on one day.
I was going to say, is she picking your brain about the league? Are these young kids
Oh,
actually
yeah.
watching the league a lot?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Love that. Mandatory for the growth. And I think it's like, Julie and I have talked about this before with the first year players that are coming into the league. It seems as though it's like kind of a seamless transition. Like it's almost like they've been playing there for a while and the confidence is there. Do you feel that as well with the younger kids coming in?
Oh, yeah. I mean, watching Winnie and Kells like work the blue line the other night, I'm like, are we sure this kid hasn't been around? Like, it was so
I
fun to
know.
watch, and like she was so impressive, and everybody that slid into our lineup like as new players like really played a great game, and we see it every day at practice, and so no surprise there, but just really happy for them and excited to just see them get better.
Yeah, us too. What a start for Haley Wynn. That
Yeah,
was
it was
like an
crazy.
incredible game.
Yeah.
And what a start for you guys. Thank you so much for doing this today. We had grape apes in Minnesota, so we'll have to have like green monsters or something when we come to
Yeah,
visit
there we
you
go.
in Boston. I just
Yeah.
stole Aaron Finkel's nickname there and made it into a drink.
If
You
anyone
turned
can
Frankel
get a
into a
drink
drink.
named after him here, it's Aaron. So we'll
Yeah,
make it work.
exactly. Appreciate the time, appreciate the stories, and good luck the rest of the way. Thanks for this.
Thank you, guys.
That was today's interview presented by Sober Carpenter, Canada's craft leader in non-alcoholic beer. Full flavor, zero compromise. So special to hear of all those full circle moments in her career.
Love it. I just have to say one thing. The beer that I cracked and opened with Courtney for Courtney's Cornah, I need like cases of that.
What was
It's like
it?
Mexican lager, Julia.
Oh, a
The orange can.
cerveza.
Have you dipped into that one yet?
No, I have.
It's got lime
Oh,
flavor.
it's not the one behind me. No, I haven't.
Oh my Lanta.
Ooh, yum.
Weekend's
Okay,
coming,
if we're having a
Julia.
taco night or something like that.
Just any really night. I'm just telling you, any time
Is
of
it
the day.
lighter?
Yeah, it's nice. And it's got like a refreshing like lime taste.
Yum. Okay.
Yeah.
Like our Caesar salad to start the show. Oh no, that was lemon. We're having
That
like
was
a
lemon.
full food description today.
Both of us are hungry and very thirsty, clearly.
I know. I didn't eat breakfast before I record today. Usually I do. Usually I've had my bacon and eggs by now. I'm like a feral monster. Thank you very much to our friends at Sober Carpenter for sponsoring that interview and again for being the official non-alcoholic beer of the PWHL. Okay,
Thanks to
this is
Liz.
another
She's a
one,
beauty.
Tessa, that you handled while I was running around. This is a very exciting new segment here on Jocks and Jills. We talk about Abby Roque a lot on this show, and everyone around the PWHL is absolutely obsessed with Abby Roque. She's such a menace. She's such a character. She's so much fun, and we want to check in with her more regularly. So here is the first edition of our new segment, What's Rockin'?
What's rockin' with Abby? Are you kidding me right now? I was gonna ask you how things are going with the Victoire, but this looks where the heck are you?
Trois-Rivières, if I said that right.
There you go.
We got some fans. We're doing a little outdoor skate, so it's pretty cool.
You're skating with the fans?
No, we're doing a practice. The fans are watching. We did some autographs. Goalie World's actually happening. I don't know if they're too happy about that, but
That's okay.
so
What, like Debian needs work? She just made 1,000 saves.
no, I think fair. I do think it's just a little cold.
That's fair. Coach Curry in the house. Coach Noemi, a couple people that I've played with. If you need dirt on them, let me know. Abby, they can't hear me. So
I do need dirt on them. She said, if you need dirt on them, let me know. Okay.
Tell Noemi I got a straightener if she needs it.
Yeah, I'll let her know.
So, Charlie, what's it been like with the Victoire? Everyone's been wondering how Abby Roque was going to fit in, and it seems seamless to me.
Yeah, it's been great. Honestly, especially having this little trip, it's been nice. Kind of go out to dinner with the girls yesterday and went to a spa, had a couple glasses of wine. It's been a good little trip.
Pardon me, getting pampered with the Victoire? What do you mean you went to a spa?
Yeah, we went to the spa here. I actually can't remember the name of it, but it was great. I was mainly in the hot tub, but...
Hot tub sipping on your red wine. Red or white? Are you a red or white person?
I was red yesterday.
Okay, that's fair. Red yesterday, white on another day. I got to ask, I mean, people know that you and Marie-Philippe have had heated moments in face-off. circles and stuff. So what was the icebreaker? I got to know this. I know you did it.
Honestly, I saw her. I've seen her around, obviously, through the summer and stuff. But we were where the first day I like put my jersey on and skated out there. She just starts laughing, and goes, "Abby, f***ing rock," and then in that jersey, and just like kept laughing at me. And I was like, okay. She just like never thought I'd see that. But no, it's been honestly great because now I have. If she ever gets kicked out, the first time she got kicked out of the faceoff, she looked at me and she goes, "Well, that's nice." And I was like, "Yeah, I'll go in."
That is so good. Anything about joining this team that surprised you?
Honestly, I'm worse than French than you could even imagine. That surprised me.
Really? Are you
yeah.
practicing? Like, are you Duolingoing on the plane and stuff?
Well, I sit between Doobie and Lab, and they just like will be talking in French, and I'm just in between them, and I'll be like, and then at the end they'll like look at me and they'll just like tell me what happened because they're like, "You're gonna get it," and I was like, "I'm not getting it."
You got to start watching kids shows in French. That's what helps.
So, something a little slower. They talk too fast.
That's fair. So when do you guys leave Trois-Rivières?
We skate and we're gonna have dinner here, and then we'll bus back. So
Fair
pretty
enough.
cool.
Fair enough.
But cold. Got the hoodie on.
Yeah, it looks good. The hat looks nice. I need that hat. Tell Coach Corey, just add it to the bag of things that she wants to leave in Sudbury when she comes to work my hockey school.
I will. I'll let her know.
All right, buddy. Enjoy your time. Stay warm. Thanks for doing this. This was fun. We're going to be doing this more often. So check-ins with Abby Rock. We like it. We love it. What's rocking? Have a fun time out there.
Thank you. I will.
Cheers.
Be honest. Were you surprised that it was Pooh that made the first move on breaking the ice and kind of poking fun?
I think you got to if you're the captain, right? Like it surprises me because Abby just seems like she doesn't give a damn and like she would come in hot. But like I think Pooh is such an amazing leader. Like she could read every situation, even though Abby Rock is like such a different character. It doesn't surprise me that Pooh like planned her approach and knew how she was gonna go about that one.
How beautiful was that ODR though?
So cool. Montreal had a cool outdoor practice. Like absolutely
and fans were there.
Love it. I used to do
the best part was after we stopped recording with Abby, I was like, "All right, girl, thanks so much. Like, good chatting. I'll let you know when we'll catch up again." She was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "You must be freezing." She's like, "Honestly?" And I was like, "Oh, wait, she grew up in like Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, like basically Northern Ontario." And she was like, "Everyone told me I was going to be so cold. It's going to be so cold out here." And like, it's not.
Yeah.
Like, girl, you're bred different. You're like us.
I know. Dude, I always say, I think I don't know if I've gotten a little soft or if Southern Ontario doesn't get the respect. It gets cold down here.
It's different
Montreal
cold
too.
Yeah.
That's real cold. Yeah, Becky and I were talking about this. Even Ottawa. Ottawa's got that deep chill when I was there that I kind of enjoyed, but I don't know. You could layer up for that kind of cold. Ottawa, Montreal, when you're on the water, like you can layer up for it and it won't bite you so much. I don't know what it is about. Sometimes when I'm in Toronto, even when I'm layered, I feel like I could feel the cold on me.
It's because it's a wet cold, so it sticks to you.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? Like I don't even fully get that because Montreal, Ottawa,
you're right.
Thunder, like I don't fully get it. Maybe I'm just making it all up in my head, which is, not shocking. Thank you very much, Abby Rock, for being warm and coming on and new segment, What's Rockin'? It's awesome. Let's take a look at what's happening around the league tonight. So we won't talk about Thursday's game. Obviously, we haven't gone through that one. We'll talk about that one on Tuesday's edition of the show. I'm all mixed up with my days. Sorry, guys. I've been running around. But Saturday, it's New York at Vancouver. Matinee, 3 p.m. game. Sunday's Toronto at Montreal. First time that matchup this season. Always looking forward to that. And then Montreal and Boston at Agganis Arena, 3 p.m. on Sunday afternoon. So full slate of games this weekend before the international break and the rivalry series games on the 10th and the 13th, which we'll also be breaking down here on jocksinjills.
Yeah. Let's get to Dr. Jill because I feel like I'm excited for this one.
I know, me too. This one is from Lindsay. Again, if you have Dr. Jill questions or Send It segment questions, you can send them to us, 1-929-542-2442. Email us or leave us a voicemail, jocksinjills@thepwhl.com. Our DMs are always open. Obviously, I read my DMs. Obviously, I see them. You can send us a DM at jocksinjills if you have a question too. This one is from Lindsay P, aka LP. My name is Lindsay. I'm a Fleet season ticket holder. Lucky, you have one of the hats. We are jealous. And after their 2-0 win against the GoldenEyes, woohoo, I realized I've coincidentally taken a shower before every single game, even their away game versus Toronto. Am I now dialed into showering before every single game to keep the win streak alive?
Yeah.
P.S. Love the pod and have been itching to run into Coach Court at a Fleet game.
Oh,
also, Jordan should have won Dancing with the Stars. Lindsay, you have taste. So I appreciate that. No,
Keep your
Tessa,
eye
if you
out.
would have
Court's
watched it,
there.
honestly would have made you mad too. Like Jordan Charles was doing backflips and then this Robert Irwin just like had a nice smile and was a boy and he won. So whatever, it was complete like garbage. So thank you, Lindsay, for agreeing with me on that.
Lindsay,
Of course you have to shower. Like, of course you
Yeah.
have to shower before every game. I'm a superstitious freak. When I start to get into my little routines, like, and you guys are winning, you're 3-0, you got to do it. I don't know if you have different thoughts, Tessa, but I'm all in on the shower superstition. You need it.
I'm all in on it as long as it doesn't ruin. If it's something that you have to think about, you're like, oh my gosh, I forgot to shower. I have to go shower. Don't go shower. If it's like, all right, I need to shower. I'm going to eat. I've got time. I'm going to go up, get my shower on, get ready. If it's that, do that.
Right.
You can't stress about it now that you're like, wait a minute, I've showered. Don't stress on it. It was just a thing. It was a part of the day. It was a part of your mojo, your flow, the movement of the day. Keep that.
Yeah.
Can't let that introduce stress. Then if it's that, throw it away. If you're racing home before the next game because you have to shower, ain't it. Don't do it. Instead,
Okay.
go to the rink early, get a beer, search for Coach Courtney because you know she's kicking.
Yes. Coach Court is kicking around. So, like, if you guys get a photo together and if you ever run into her, make sure you, and Tessa said it earlier, you got 2 beers, hand her one, and you guys will have some great hockey chats.
Best chats.
Again, if you guys want to send a question, we do our send it segment on Tuesdays. We do Dr. Jill on Fridays. You could DM us at jocksinjills or call us and leave us a voicemail at 1-929-542-2442. Our email is jocksinjills@thepwhl.com. And that kind of does it for this fine Friday. Again, we'll talk on Monday about that Thursday night, or we'll talk on Tuesday rather, about that Thursday night game in Toronto, the Battle of Ontario, which we're looking forward to. And we're looking forward to the rivalry series as well. The season's already going by so fast. It's crazy how things start to roll once the games start happening, eh?
It's nuts. It's just like you blink and all of a sudden playoffs are knocking at the door.
I
Or the Olympics
know.
are happening. You're like, what?
Yeah, it happens so fast.
Yeah.
We appreciate you all being with us as always. You can follow us on social media at jocksinjills. We're on Instagram, X, TikTok, Facebook, Blue Sky. You can find us on any of those platforms. You can also find us on the PWHL's YouTube page. That's where all new episodes of Jocks and Jills on Tuesdays and Fridays will be. All new episodes of Jocks Next Gen. Remember to catch episode 1 of that if you haven't already. It drops every Wednesday with Florence and with Buckles. And subscribe wherever you get your podcasts to both Jocks Next Gen and to Jocks and Jills. It helps us out if you give us a subscribe and a like on Spotify or on Apple Music. That'll do it for us here on this episode 13 this season of Jocks and Jills. We love you guys, Ottawa fans. I love you even if you hate me. You guys are the best. All PWHL fans are the best. And we will talk on Tuesday.